the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulties. This up, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today USA Boxing. We are back. Just had to make sure I had had everything running through the roadcast. So that's all, man. We're gonna have another damn good show. Pretty much a good show. Damn show is. You know how we do it. We don't even play over here, man. We don't play over here, man. For real though. True. Hey, you ought to know how we get down over here, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But we're gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna go in pretty good today. I want to analyze some things and break some things down. I also want to bear with the old boy for a moment. I also want to do this. There's some things I really need to look at. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You know, I gotta, hold on, shit. Let me see something. All in the videos. All right, Diddy bopping. Okay, here you go right here. I think that's it right there. Hold on, let me go and open this up. I want to share this new video I dropped today. I got a new video I dropped today. I want to share it with you guys. You know what I mean? I really want to share it with you guys just in case no one got a chance to see it. You know, I need to drop a new video today, man. New video. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let me go ahead and put the title there. Copy that there like that there. We're going to do it like that there now. See what I'm saying? New video. All right. New video, guys. Here it goes. New video, but with the dealio. New video with the dealio. And then what we're going to do, we're going to drop that link on it like that there. See what I'm saying? We're going to share that there. Hit it like that there. Hey, that's what my homeboy used to say. I got a homeboy named G-Man. That's how he be talking. He said, yeah, we got to do it like that there. And then we're going to flip it. Bam, there we go right there. That's the new video. Dropping today. Let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. Good question. Sabrina Lee in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Sabrina back for another live. Sabrina Lee. Oh, Daddy Boxing, what's happening, bro? Ruben, what the lick read, baby? Nestor, what's going on, fam? He said, Haney might fight J-Rock. Hey, all right with that. True. Our money always getting money. Drumming for life. Keep on drumming, baby boy. TJ Thomas Jones, what's happening, fam? My brother. Sneed in the building. Hey, Sneed, what's happening? My brother? Knocked down 305 Dade County's finest. Okay. All right, let's get into that. I'm always having, let me see something. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to make sure everything kosher. You see what I'm saying? I hope my picture looking good. My picture looking all right, guys? Thought it was kind of blurry over here. Is it kind of blurry over here? No, look like it's okay. Look like it's kosher. Let me see. Look like it's kosher. I don't know. Look like it's kosher. I probably got to make it a little bit more crispier. It look like it's kind of, yeah. Look like it's kind of. Hold on, guys. You guys, you know how I be tripping. Y'all know how I be tripping. Hold on. What the fuck is wrong with my? Hold on. All right, that look like it's a whole lot better. Let's give everybody a round of applause one more again, and we're gonna get into this show. Now, question I have is this. This is a serious question. Why Devin Haney? Serious question, guys. Serious question. Pull my chair up. Why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint like Tank Davis is following? The blueprint, some people say it's the green print. Floyd says it's the blueprint and the green print. The interview he did with Fight Hype, he said the blueprint. He didn't say the green print, but he said blueprint, green print, yada, 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 yada. And it leads me to other questions too, like, okay, shit, you know what? I wonder how come these fighters who Floyd Mayweather have worked with, like Tank Davis, like Shakur Stevenson, and Tank. Well, Shakur got signed with Top Rank out of out of the Olympics with Top Rank. We know that. But people like Shakur who've been at the gym and stuff like that, not Shakur, but Devin Haney, I noticed they didn't sign with Mayweather Promotions. I mean, you would think that a lot of these young fighters, even when they come out of the Olympics, they'll sign with Top Rank. To Bob Arum, supposed to be the alleged slave master. They'll sign with the so-called slave master, but they don't sign with the brother man. And I always wondered why. And, according to our good brother Mayweather, you know what I mean? We got the blueprint over here. The green print, blueprint. We got the blueprint over here. We know how to make our fighters stars, mega stars, and they do record-breaking pay-per-views and stuff like that. That's what he say. All of our fighters are living in mansions and riding around in Rolls Royces because we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing, right? They got Rolex watches and they got tenderonis, exotic tenderonis, right? Because when you sign with the money team, all of this has come. All of these are the perks. These are the perks that come with it. Like I said before, you better follow my blueprint. I laid it out for you, young guys. You guys are not listening. Tank Davis is doing well. Okay, fine. That's cool. I always wanted to know why they weren't following that. But let's get into the show. Why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the so-called Floyd Mayweather blueprint, right? These guys were given the game by Floyd, according to him, that he said in a recent Fight Hype interview, right? Fight Hype. You know what I mean? But for some reason, Devin Haney and Shakur are going down their own paths. Wonder why? Shakur Stevenson is a unified super featherweight champion, a junior lightweight champion. You know what I mean? He's fought Jamel Herring, beat him for the WBO strap, and then he fought Oscar Valdez, beat him for the WBC strap. He's now unified, right? So they're fighting the top guys in their respective divisions. We see that, right? Now, some people may look at them as young fools, probably those diehard Floyd Mayweather fans. Y'all some fools, young fools, for daring to be great and fighting tough competition. That ain't how we do it over there, Mayweather. You ain't supposed to dare to be great and fight tough competition. It's about putting butts in seats. As Leonard Ellaby would say, it's about putting butts in seats. You see what I'm saying? And those guys, if they want to get a fight over here, they got to be reasonable. Okay. We heard that before, right? From Leonard, right? Now, some people, as I said before, may look at these guys as young fools. They may look at Shakur Stevenson as a fool. They may look at Devin Haney as a fool. You're a fool for going overseas to fight doggone George Cambosos in his own backyard. That only a fool to do that. So what? You undisputed? That don't mean nothing. Some people feel that way, right? You get what I'm saying? Some people feel that Shakur and Devin are fools, as I said before, right? And they are champions. They are champions. They're winning belts and paying sanctioning fees. They're doing that. They're winning belts and paying sanctioning fees. Some people justify, well, ain't no need to fighting that dude. Yeah, he might be tough competition, but we know our fighter knock him out. And that don't even matter because, we ain't gonna win no belts and pay all them sanctioning fees. All of that shit there is just duck language. That's what it sounds like to me. Because the fighter who's making that argument saying that these fighters should not be fighting for belts and creating their own legacy, the same fighter who's saying that on one half, on the flip side of the coin, he brags about all of the belts he's collected over the years. True. He brags about all of the Hall of Famers he beaten, meaning these guys were top guys. Some of them were past their prime, but that's neither here nor there. But these guys were top guys when he fought them. He brags about that. Fighting the top guys and beating them and all of the belts he's won. I had two belts. No, I had three belts in the welterweight division. And then I fought Canelo Alvarez at junior middleweight. And I beat him, and I took his two belts, and I had two belts, and I had 5 belts in 2 different weight divisions. That's better than undisputed. Remember he said that? So how are you going to discredit guys for becoming unified champions and undisputed champions in one breath, kind of like a backhanded slap, so to speak, in a narcissistic way? Floyd, how Floyd does it. In one breath, but then on the other argument, you brag about how many belts you won. You brag about how many top fighters you fight. You brag about how many top fighters you beat. So when you say that, over here, I know the blueprint, or the green print. We do the green print over here. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, man. Maybe it's something I'm misunderstanding. You know, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I ain't got but a GED, guys. I don't have but a GED, so maybe my GED education is not allowing me to comprehend, you know, why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not going down that same pathway. Let's continue. You see what I'm saying? Now, Floyd Mayweather said in a recent interview that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they need to fight each other. Now, let's look and see why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint in taking the easy matches.
But this bum is taking the easy matches. Fight another bum.
Working smarter, not harder. I told you guys last year, working smarter, not harder means what? It means ducking and cherry picking. Cherry picking and ducking. That's what working smarter, not harder means. It's funny because you can argue this both ways. These young men, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, have been told by Floyd Mayweather they need to fight each other. Okay, fine. No problem. Nothing wrong with that. But it's amazing how some people, and I've seen this online, some people will say, oh man, you know, some of these guys, they sign slave contracts and this and that. Like, but just some of the language that they use, slave contract. You talking about some niggas who arguing, talking about slave contracts. Nigga, you don't even know how to spell a contract, and you broke working on a minimum wage job at your 9 to 5. It don't get no more slave contract than that. Don't get no more slave contract than that. But I'm just saying some of the guys who make these arguments, and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. So the question I have is this. If Devin Haney have been mentored by Floyd, and Floyd brags about, yeah, you know, all of these fighters, they fought in my gym, you know, they came over here, and I mentored those guys, they have my phone numbers, yada, 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 yada. You know, I showed them the blueprint, you know, on how to get the money, you know, how to rob the bank. I showed them how to rob the bank, and a lot of those guys, they're not listening to me. And I wonder why they're not listening to Floyd. And I think maybe it could be because, you know, hey, this guy brags about his personal accomplishments more so than anything. I asked a question yesterday. What is the blueprint? You said you showed him the blueprint. What did you show him? Every time we turn around, you talking about, you know, I just bought a new Rolls Royce. I bought a new Rolls Royce. Don't you know that I have an entire car lot at my house right now? I have a car lot. Literally, I can take you there. I have about 50 cars right now. You know what I mean? I still have all of our money. I still have all of my money. All of it, all of it. Leonard is still rubbing my chest. He's still giving me a massage. Like I said before, I still have all 42 of my houses. He said he had all 42 of his houses. Remember that? So, I say all that to say this. These young men, Haney, Shakur, they're charting down their own path. They're charting down their own path to greatness, right? Maybe they will do the blueprint later on down in their career because Floyd did it later on in his career as well. Whatever this blueprint was, as I told you guys before, I call it the mythical blueprint because it's a myth. The reason why it's a myth is because, you know, when Floyd did it, he did it at the right time. He came at the right time. He came at the right time. The introduction of YouTube, took advantage of social media, pop culture with Justin Bieber, 50 Cent, performing, doing stuff on WWE, with wrestling, with the Big Show and all that stuff there, Dancing with the Stars. Like all of those things you gotta take into consideration. It wasn't as simple as the blueprint. Wasn't as simple as we just found a flat-footed Mexican fighter and we fight him and beat him up and that's it. No, it wasn't as simple as that. Because there were many other factors that went into play. And a lot of people kind of try to rewrite history and forget about all of the factors that went into play. They make it seem like it's as simple as, hey, you come to Mayweather Promotions, you sign with me, and we're gonna give you the blueprint, and you're going to be making riches outside of your more money than you ever dreamed of, right? That's what we're hearing. We're hearing that. Now, of course, you might make more money than you ever made in your life. You know what I mean? From what these people are coming from. But for the most part, all of these guys are rich. They got their own money and stuff like that. You can look up online what these fighters' net worth are. None of these fighters have a net worth of 8 figures. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. So only a few do. Only a few of them do. I'm saying that's currently fighting. You know, the people who keep track of this stuff. You know, but that's neither here nor there. So I want to ask you guys. That's the question I have for you guys. You know, why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the blueprint that Floyd Mayweather laid out for them, that he so brags about. Shout out to Halim. What you say, fam? He said if they follow Don King print, they'll be okay. Don King. Halim, Something told me you was gonna bring up Don King. Shout out to Catherine. Catherine, what's going on, sis? How you doing, sis? Something told me, Harleen, you was gonna bring up Don King. True. Joshua, what you say, family? Say, Coach, preach, bro. Yeah, I'm just saying. Shout out to Little Green Eyes P. I'm just always saying, like, you know, if it was as simple as it being laid out in interviews, why are none of the other fighters doing it? If it was that simple, why are fighters like Joshua fighting Usyk? Why are fighters like Crawford trying to fight Spence and vice versa? Why are Haney going to Australia fighting, you know, behind enemy lines, some would say? You know, taking a pay cut, some would say. Daring to be great, to go overseas and be the guy, to become undisputed. Why? That's a question I have. Why? Why not fight hog head cheese? Why not fight Pork Chop Willie? Why not fight Shawty Big Nuts? Why not fight Hobo Sam? Why not fight Papa Smurf? Why not fight Mojo Jojo? Why not fight the Care Bears? Why not fight Rainbow Bright? Why not fight Inspector Gadget? You get what I'm saying? Or Dr. Claw? Like, why challenge yourself? Why go through that? Why ignore the blueprint that Floyd brags about that he gave you guys? Why ignore that? Why ignore that and go down your own pattern? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What you say, fam? Cancel. He say sounds like they prefer Demetrius Andrade blueprint instead. Sounds like they prefer. Shout out to Joshua. He said, "What's the Joshua Little John? What's going on, fam? Salute to you, fam." You get what I'm saying? Jaime, shout out to my brother from New York, man. Jaime. He said, "Coach, tell him, boy, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just saying. Knockdown 305. What he say? Who you fight matters. True. Just a fan in the building. Yes, sir. Joshua, what you say, fam? A failed example of Mayweather blueprint. Look no further than Adrian Broner, unfortunately. Hey, you know what, though? Adrian Broner did not follow the blueprint. He didn't stay on the blueprint. Check it out. Hey, Joshua, check it out. Hold on, homie. Hold on. Let's pull this up, fam. Let's pull this up, fam. I'm glad you said something about AB. AB, about billions. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you said something about AB. Now, you said a failed example of the Mayweather blueprint. Look no further than Adrian Broner. I'm finna break that down. I'm glad you brought that up. Fam. Because AB, he didn't stay on the blueprint. I think they made a mistake with AB, and they realized we can't do that no more. And I'm finna break down to you what I'm talking about.
Turn around.
See, Adrian Broner was on his way. He was on the blueprint, Joshua. I'm finna break it down to you like a 57 Chevy, fam. Check this out. Joshua, check this out, my brother. He was on his way. AB was on his way. You see what I'm saying? But somewhere along the line, he lost his way. I'm finna tell you what happened. Now, we know who happened. Marcos Maidana. See, listen, Marcos Maidana is what happened when cherry picking goes wrong. You know, sometimes shit don't work out the way you planned it to be, right? Sometimes them cherries, they be like, man, hold on, man, shit, you know, this shit gonna be tough. I don't know what he thinking about. He think he just gonna run up in there and whoop me.
But this ball is taking the easy matches. Fight another ball.
Remember how Adrian Broner was selling Marcos Maidana out? Remember how much trash he was talking to him? I'm finna break it down for you, Jonathan. Let me show you what happened, baby boy. Let me show you what happened. Now check it out though. This what it is, right? As you can see right here, fam. Check this out, fam. Now, AB he was doing this thug thizzle. You see what I'm saying? You remember? Hold on. I get what you're saying though. Cause what happened was back in that time, they was bragging about AB. Yeah, man, this gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather. He young, he flashy. You know what I mean? He young, flashy, he handsome. The Can Man, remember he came out the Can Man? But I'm finna tell you what happened. When arrogance, when you hype a motherfucker up so high, and you got on hungry pit bull over here. He's sitting over there. He like, yeah. What he talking all this goddamn shit? Yeah, bro. I'm finna tell you what happened. I'm finna break it down to you. Hold on, now. I'm finna show you right now. Hold on, I'm finna show you right now. Everything was Gucci, right? Everything was Gucci. It was all good over there, man. It was all good over there, and all good over there, man. This was before. I think this was before they had the PBC. The PBC didn't come around until 2015. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this was before the PBC. As a matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, this is for the PBC, right? Let's go right here, though. Let's go right here. This here was before the PBC. Let's go right here, though, fam. Check it out, though. When he fought Paulie Maldonado, I think he fought him at welterweight. When he beat Paulie, he started smelling his own shit. How we say down here in the South, in Florida. Yeah, you smelling your own piss now. I won't say shit, we say piss. Smelling your own piss now, huh? You know, when you're smelling your own piss, you're going to believe in the hype. You're going to believe in, yeah, man, this is going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. You're going to believe in, yeah, man, AB, man, he the phenom. He the Can Man. And then AB had a mouthpiece on him. AB had people coming, so he was selling out venues. Before that was a St. Davis. He had people coming out to see him fight. He was talking shit on the Can Man. He had rappers bringing them to the stage, and Rick Ross and Lil Boosie and all that there, Rich Homie Quan. And I remember that shit like it was yesterday. See, before there was a T Diddy, there was Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was Diddy bopping before Diddy was doing it. When I say Diddy, I ain't talking about Puff Daddy. I'm talking about T Diddy. Adrian Broner was doing a whole lot of Diddy bopping. What happened was they moved this boy along too fast. Check this out. Right here, remember he was fighting at 130? Hold on, Jonathan, I'm finna show you right now, fam. This is what happened. They fucked up. Right here, he fought at 128 and a half. He fought down here. I think he was fighting at super featherweight, light junior weight. He had some lightweight fights right here. These was his first, his first fights. Then right here. All right, okay. Now I'm trying to find when he fought Daniel Ponce de Leon. When he won his first title. They moved him along too fast. He won the WBO super featherweight title. He won that right there in 2011, right? Against Vicente Martin Rodriguez, right? And then he beat Eloy Perez. You know what I mean? He went on ahead and beat him, you know what I mean? Yada 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 yada. And then he won the vacant WBO super featherweight title. He won that there, right? He won that there. You see what I'm saying? So he won that there. He won the WBO. No, that was the WBC rigid belt. That was a featherweight belt down there. He won the WBO super featherweight title. He won that there. And then they kept moving him up. Fam. They kept moving him up. He beat Antonio DeMarco. They hyped him up. Vicente Escobedo. You know what I mean? So I remember all these fights. I was crazy about AB at that time. You know what I mean? Then he fought. The highlight of his career was when he fought Paulie Maldonado. This was the highlight of his career. This was, and guess what? He skipped 140 pounds, went all the way to 146 pounds. That's where they started messing up at. He skipped 140, went all the way to 146. Like they really started believing this, AB. They really started believing this shit. Hey man, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the like button for the old boy. They really started believing this here. Because I want to open up the phone lines. They really started believing this here, right? They was on their road to the blueprint or the green print, Jonathan. They was on their road to that, right? This is where they fucked up at. After he beat Paulie Maldonado, they miscalculated, man. You probably should have shayalanged a little bit at 140. At 140. Because Terrence Crawford had just left. No, hold on, no. Was Crawford there? That was 2000. Oh, that was 2012. He was there. Yeah, Crawford was there at that time. And I think not Mike Garcia, Danny Garcia was there. And I think Victor Postal was there as well. Yeah, Victor Postal was there. So that's probably why they skipped. They're probably like, man, fuck, there's too many killers down there. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe around that time, but let's see, 2013. Maybe they wasn't there at that time. I'm not sure, but I got to go back and look. He fought Paulie in 2013. Now, they thought it was sweet. So they said, we're going to throw him in there with Marcos McDonald. That's where they messed up at. See, a Floyd Mayweather never would have done that at that particular time. Well, Pretty Boy Floyd would have. The problem is they thought AB was Pretty Boy Floyd. And he wasn't Pretty Boy Floyd. He didn't have the skill set that Pretty Boy Floyd had. He didn't have the reflexes that Pretty Boy Floyd had. So, they started smelling their own shit. I think he was fighting. I think Marcos McDonald was fighting on Golden Boy at the time. I think he was fighting with Golden Boy at the time. The PBC wasn't a company. PBC didn't have a company at that time. So after he fought Paulie Maldonado, they picked this Sherry here, Marcos McDonald. They fucked up. Then guess what? So they said, we're going to try to get him back in the win column. They put him in there with Carlos Molina. They put him in there with Emmanuel Taylor. Gave him some confidence booster fights. They put him in there with John. They put him in there with John Molina Jr. They had to take his ass back down to 140, right? After he got beat in welterweight, they took his ass back down to 140. And then he fought, I guess he pissed somebody off in the PBC. They said, you know what? We're going to feed his ass to Sean Porter. They threw his ass in there with Sean Porter. See that? See, now they were still following the blueprint that Floyd Mayweather laid out. He never would have gotten in the ring with Sean Porter. He would have just fought a bunch of Emmanuel Taylors, Carlos Molinas, pretty much the diet that Tank is on right now. He would have fought a couple of Rolling Romero's, he would have fought a couple more of them, a couple more Gavin Reese's. But what happened, dog, they got off the path. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they're not on that trajectory. They're not fighting those type of quality guys. And, it's obviously they're not following that Money Mayweather blueprint. And I told you guys, ain't nobody gonna be able to follow that Money Mayweather blueprint because it was lightning in the bottle. Everything lined up at the right time. WWE, Dancing with the Stars. You hanging out with 50 Cent. He giving you that hip hop crossover appeal. You're hanging out with Justin Bieber. He giving you that pop crossover appeal. So he had pop culture. He had the pop culture involved. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that was just a different time, a different era. There ain't nobody doing that shit right now. You get what I'm saying? They got off the path with AB. They got off the path with AB, dog. They got off the path with AB. Kev said he wasn't training like he was supposed to. And listen, whatever it was, he started getting his ass whipped. Whatever it was. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't training. Baby mama didn't know how to do the butterfly. Cousin couldn't twerk right. Uncle had arthritis in his left knee. Whatever the excuse is, they got off the path. He started getting his ass whooped. And I think, and then that's one thing, right? And then two, let's look at some fighters. I'm gonna tell you, this is what happened when you fight these tough fights. Especially if they're from different companies. You had Marcus, hold on, let me see. I always say, well, who you fight matters, right? My motto, who you fight matters. When Marcus Brown, when he fought on Beterbiev, you know what I mean? When he fought Beterbiev, remember that? That was Marcus Brown, the Derrick James fighter, right? Beterbiev beat the shit out that boy. But beat him so bad, Marcus Brown had headbutted him and split the man to the white meat. The man had blood pouring all down his face. And he was like, no, I want to keep fighting. And they he kept fighting. Marcus Brown was doing okay, but he known for headbutting. And then, as you know, I think that around the 7th round, them body shots started breaking them off. They stopped him. Beterbiev stopped him. We seen what happened with our good brother. Deontay Wilder jumped in there with Tyson Fury. See how that shit there turned out. Cherry pick went wrong. Sometimes these cherry picks be going wrong. Adrian Broner, AB, he jumped in there with Marcos McDonald. And we see what happened with that. They went ahead and sent Sean Porter as a sacrificial lamb. We're gonna finally let you go to top rank, baby boy, so you can get that fight over there with Crawford. See what happened with that? His daddy, after he got dropped 2 times back to back, his daddy said, "Damn this, I don't seen enough of this shit. I know what this boy Crawford do to my son. I ain't finna let him get embarrassed like that." Who else? Who else, guys? Who else? My mind going blank. And some more fights. And I think the blueprint, we know what the blueprint is. The blueprint is this.
But this ball is taking the easy matches. Fight another ball.
The blueprint is cherry picking and ducking. We know that's the blueprint, right? No problem with that. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not cherry picking and they're not ducking. So they are doing the opposite of the blueprint. I mean, it's not, they're doing the opposite of the blueprint. And listening to Floyd in that interview when he said, yeah, man, like I said before, I talked to those guys, they hell of a fighters. I talked to Shakur Stevenson. I talked to Devin Haney. They know my number is always open. My phone is always open to them. I talk to them. So if you're talking to them and you're telling them the game, why they're not listening to you? And that's the question. Why they're not listening? Why they're not saying, you know what, man? Shit, he gave it the game. Let me find the Powerpuff Girls. Look, I want to fight the Powerpuff Girls. I want to fight the Care Bears. I want to fight Rainbow Bright. I want to fight Inspector Gadget. Shit, who else I want to fight? Pork Chop Willie, Show That Big Nuts, Hog Head Cheese. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I got a whole bunch of Hobo Sam. Shit, I got a whole bunch of them dudes that I want to fight. They doing the total opposite. And they doing the total opposite. True. They are doing the total opposite. Shout out to Thug and D, man. Salute to Thug and D. They're doing the total opposite. Thug and D says, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Tank doing more numbers than your favorite fighter. What does the numbers have to do with what we're talking about? Thug and D, you're talking about numbers. I'm talking about why they doing the total opposite of the blueprint. Them doing numbers, them numbers that Tank doing, I don't think you or me or anybody getting a dollar from it. So, I mean, whatever numbers he's doing, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What does that have to do with the subject matter? He said the green print can't be replicated because it didn't exist until Floyd beat the top guy, Oscar De La Hoya. He said Tank doesn't have an Oscar to overthrow. He has a Shakur Haney Loma, but he don't want that smoke. Okay. I remember it like it was yesterday. With the a lot of shit that was going down. PGH, what you say, family? Said they know Floyd. They know Floyd is full of BS. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about. We're talking about how come they're not following the green print or the blueprint or whatever print you want to call it. Now belts don't matter. He say numbers is the reason why these type fights, why these types of fights happen. Okay. Shout out to my sister Bless. Salute to my sister Bless. She say, exactly. He's still a duck. he's still a shout out to Anna Lee. So my thing is, salute to Anna Lee. Shout out to you, sis. So my thing is, these guys are not listening to Floyd. It's not like that they're not successful. Last time I checked, Devin Haney ain't broke and Shakur Stevenson ain't broke. They got money. You know what I mean? They got money. I don't know how much. We don't know how much any of these fighters have. We got to look it up on, and see what their net worth is. But but outside of that, like we really don't know down to the bottom dollar. The IRS knows. We know the IRS knows. The bank knows, stuff like that. But you get what I'm saying, though. But these guys, they're choosing to fight the tough competitions. They're choosing to fight the tougher guys. And a lot of these fighters, they looked up to Floyd. They know nothing about Pretty Boy Floyd. Most of these guys, they know nothing about Pretty Boy Floyd. They know about Money Mayweather. And people talk that money may talk, but when they talk it, they don't know what they're talking about. And they use Floyd Mayweather talking points. Like my brother Thug and D said, yeah, man, he doing numbers. He's doing this and that. See, all that shit sound good, flash and fly. Fact of the matter is, a lot of you guys, y'all don't know anything about Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? And basically you're just using those talking points. And I understand, I get it. It sounds good. You know what I mean? It sounds good. But I want to be honest with you, fam. I want to be honest with you. Again, I'm the old guy on the block. Things are, a little differently. Things are a little different now. You see what I'm saying? And from what I see, you have young fighters doing things, going down their own path. And another question I pose to you guys is this. None of the other fighters that are on Mayweather Promotions, we don't know who they are. You know who Rolly Romero is. So if it was as simple as You sign with us, we gonna show you the green print, and everybody gonna be making money, and we gonna party like it's 1999. Explain to me why the rest of the roster that you have that nobody knows of, why they ain't working for them?
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions?
Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, you know, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, you know, again, because when you have, you know, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on, like him. He has all this going on, and you don't know what you're doing, and it's like you can't put nobody in a big event because you don't have no access to anything. You know what I'm saying? And kind of touching on that, when a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. And so when you really think about that, it just speaks volumes of what the reality is. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying though? Like, okay, I get it, I understand, but what I'm saying is, I'm like, bruh, fam, I hear these arguments like, yo, man, you know, this brother, he making this and he getting that and yada 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 yada. Bro, like, okay, what he eat don't make me shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm the question, what the money he's making ain't got nothing to do. Again, and this is what it is. The money that Tank Davis is making is the money that Tank Davis is making. Dudes be arguing about money as though they're getting some of it. The question I'm asking is, how come Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following that blueprint? As a matter of fact, I showed you guys the PBC roster yesterday. Not the PBC roster, but the Mayweather Promotions roster. I showed you guys their roster, right? Guess what? You don't know none of these fighters over here. The two best fighters on the roster is Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. The sad part about it is when Rolly Romero is your best fighter on your roster, from a popularity standpoint or whatever the case may be, you know it's razor thin. So that's why it was so important when Brian Custer helped ask him who the stars you have over there. He was like, woo! You see what I'm saying? All of the brothers are rich, they're getting money. But it seemed like, again, why none of these fighters go over there and sign with Mayweather? If this is, as I said before, if it is as simple as, look, just sign the contract with Mayweather Promotions, he know the green print, we gonna blow up, we gonna record pay-per-views, and we gonna be rich, we gonna have mansions in every city, we gonna have Rolls Royces all over the country, we gonna have bad tenderonis, exotic if it was as simple as that, how come everybody ain't breaking their neck to come over there and sign with them, and how come the fighters they have on their roster not living like that? True. If it was as simple as that. Because the way these dudes argue it online, they make it seem like bro, like these straw man arguments. I'm like, okay, damn, dog, what you saying ain't making no sense. Because when y'all see this what I be hearing. See, again, I'm the old guy, right? But this what I be hearing, dog. This what I be hearing, dog. This what I be hearing. This what I be hearing.
But when you are put in a certain position, he should be he's able to, like me. You know, when I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
This what I be hearing.
Anything at all of where you'd like to either fight next as far as 130, 135? Anything at all?
Well, his team gonna take care of that. You know what I mean? I mean, our thing is this. You know, we work smarter, not harder. So we keep everything in-house. Mayweather Promotions, PBC. I mean, we all one family. So, I I mean, we're not gonna go nowhere and make another company great. So we got plenty of fighters that's at 140, 135, and 130. We're gonna continue to fight the fighters that we got to fight.
My question still remains the same. Why Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are not following the Floyd Mayweather green print? Why? That's the question I have. Why? Can anyone answer that question, please? Why Devin Haney and them are not doing it? Poppy said, he said, "Cause what can we donate some bread to feed the Mayweather promotion ducks?" Why? Why? You see what I'm saying? You know, why? Why they are not doing the blueprint? Surely the easy way to go about doing it. I mean, I get what they got going on with Tank. That's fine. I'm not even talking about that. Not even talking about Tank. What they have going on with Tank, that's fine. He's a pay-per-view star. That's what y'all say. If 225,000 pay-per-view buyers is a star, okay, fine. Whatever. He's a pay-per-view star. Tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself. I ain't got no problem with none of that. I get it. I understand the psychology of today. My question still remains: why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather blueprints? Please, someone answer that question. He say put that same duck on board if we're using the same argument, in my opinion. We could put that, who is Bud ducking? Who is he ducking? Show me a fighter he's avoiding. Give me an example of that. Shit, we could put that on a whole lot of fighters. To be fair, well, not a whole lot. It's some fighters out there really fight, but we could put that on quite a few fighters. I'm talking about what people say out of their mouth, what they are coming out saying that they're doing. Question still remains the same. What promote? And I get it. I understand. I get it, dog. I get it. I understand you Tank Davis fans very well. I understand you guys very well. I get it. I understand. But this ain't about Tank Davis. I get it. I know you guys are very, very moist about your fight. I get it. Why is Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson not following that green print? Somebody answer that question for me. How many likes we got? Yeah, we need 69 likes and I open up the phone lines. And anybody want to call in? They can call in. Anybody want to call in, they can call in. Speak your piece. You know me, I don't dump no smoke. Call in. He said there's a lot to be successful in boxing. You got to have your full package. You have to have the best boxing talent, but you're not popular. You don't have to look for the fame among if you have all three then. Chris, what you say, fam? You say because they want to fight the best. They're not trying to cherry pick. Wait for fighters to slow down or get old or have a bunch of losses. Okay. Chris, I'm a screenshot that. So what you're saying, my brother, the reason why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint is because they want to fight the best fighters. So they don't believe in working smarter, not harder. They're not trying to cherry pick, wait for fighters to slow down or get old. Okay, that's what you say. Julio, what you say, fam? You say they don't care about the money. They want to make history, coach. Okay. Thug and D say, why Haney and Shakur ain't fight? Shakur is at featherweight, super featherweight, and Devin Haney is at lightweight right now. And Devin Haney, I think he has 2 more fights on his contract. I think he has to fight George Kambosos again. I'm answering your question. And he has to fight George Kambosos again. And I think after that, if he wins, he's going to have to fight Vasily Lomachenko. So he's tied down for the next 2 fights. And Shakur Stevenson is fighting at featherweight. And even if he did move up to lightweight, he won't be able to get Devin Haney right now anyways. So why is the fighter who you love so much, why he not fighting Haney or Shakur? But again, this I'm the only talking points I'm going to use you guys as talking points. I can body you with your talking points. It's very easy for me to do that. It's very easy. Thug and D say don't make that. He say don't make that the excuse. Okay. All right. This ain't gonna end well now. This is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. I'm telling you, it's not gonna end well. Some people I'm gonna piss the fuck off in a minute. I'm gonna piss you off in a minute. He said they're daring to be great because that's how they want to be. That's how they want to be remembered as fighters, not being talked about by fighting no-name fighters or easy money. They want to be known for doing it. Okay, that's another one. Okay, because I always wonder why they don't want to follow that blueprint. Why? Knockdown 305. He say fanboying is contagious. True. Javier said that they're not following the blueprint because they're not interested. He said because they're not interesting fighters. Very good, maybe, but they are just there, not interesting to watch. They're not following the blueprint because they're not interesting fighters. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like I don't get what you're saying. They're not following the blueprint because they're not interested fighters. Yeah, I'm slow. Can you please make that a little bit more clear? I don't get what you mean by they're not interested fighters. What do you mean by that? Why are they not interested? Just a fan. He said, I'm sick of these YouTube PBC talking points. I know all of the talking points. I know all of them. I know all of them. They're very easy to defeat, to be honest with you. He say Floyd knows what he's doing. He's Devin's mentor. Shakur and Dev are good friends. Everything is connected. I get what you're saying, but the question I ask is, in your opinion, why, if he's mentoring them, okay, let's go there. If Floyd Mayweather is mentoring Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, how come they are not following his blueprint if he's mentoring them? This brother here said, why Tank isn't fighting any top fighters? Y'all need to stop moving the goalposts. Well, we know why he's not fighting any top fighters. We know that. And they know that as well. We know that as well. But I don't even want to talk about Tank. I'm talking about Floyd Mayweather. Because when you talk about Tank, these fanboys, they get real sensitive. You know what I mean? But I got all the receipts. I got all the receipts of what they saying. So I'm not even talking about that. I've been there, done that. We ought to know what time that is. I'm just saying that if he's mentoring them, why they are not following the blueprint of the green print? Why? Because I always wondered that. Thomas Jones, what you say, fam? He said, why Tank is fighting any of the top fighters? Oh, okay. I would have read that one. Marlon, what you say, fam? He say, fanboys piss me off, man. It is what it is. I mean, I get it. Cool boy say, coach about to snap. No, not really. I'm not really going to snap. I'm just going to, you know what I mean? I keep something in the cut. What you got to understand, cool boy, is this. Anytime I do a show, I automatically know what the talking points are going to be, and I already have stuff locked and loaded to release on those talking points if it ever get out of line. So, so that I always do that. I always do that. I know these guys. I know these guys who come with these talking points. I know their heart. And I get it. I understand the psychology of these guys. I really do. You know what I mean? Mick Tyson, what you say, family? Say it's about politics. Okay. Thug and D said they're stupid for signing the top rank. Why are they stupid? Floyd Mayweather signed with the top rank. Was he stupid when he signed with them? Why are they stupid? They're multimillionaires. Why are they stupid? He said, y'all would say some crazy stuff to defend nonsense. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, why are they stupid? These guys are multimillionaires. All of them are multimillionaires. So why are they stupid for signing with top rank? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I would love an explanation for that. He said, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. KFC, yeah. Boxing fan, he said, Thug and D is a fanager. Ooh, the commandments. The commandments. Let's see. The commandments. We ain't been on the commandments in a while. Let me pull this shit up. Let's pull this shit up, man. Let's pull this shit up. Let's see. Can we run some of these? Let's see. Can we make a run some of them off the block? I haven't been on these commandments in a little bit, probably a couple weeks. So I just want to have them up. And I want you to understand my psychology. I want you to understand how I see things, right? I see things from a different perspective. Again, I don't believe in protecting no fighters. I don't believe in protecting fighters. I don't feel like that I should be the national spokesperson for any fighter boxing today. And none of these fighters really impress me like my old school fighters who I love anyways. So I don't feel the need to do that. I don't have an emotional attachment to your favorite fighter. I don't give a fuck if that nigga from Baltimore. I give two fucks. I don't give a fuck if that nigga's from Texas. I give two fucks. I don't give a fuck if that nigga from Florida, where I'm from, my state. Keith Thurman don't stay too far from me. Guess what? I don't give a fuck if he live in Florida. I don't give a fuck if he live in New York. I don't give a fuck if he live in Detroit. I don't give a fuck what part of the country or world he live in. I don't have the emotional attachment to that fighter that you have. I don't have an emotional attachment to Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman lives in Clearwater, which is on the other side of the Bay of Tampa, where I'm from. If I don't have an emotional attachment to someone that I would consider my homeboy from my city, you know goddamn well I give two fucks about a nigga from your city. I just don't. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to be partners, friends. I'm not here to do none of that, dog. I'm not. I just asked a simple question. Why? And the brother made a point. He said that Floyd Mayweather is mentoring Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Why are they not following that green print if he's mentoring them? That even what makes it even more perplexed to me. Like, damn, he's mentoring y'all. Sure, I know he got to be mentoring y'all to tell y'all to come over there and sign with him, or when whenever you get out of your contract, come sign with him, or he has to be mentoring you guys into picking and choosing and stuff like that. He has to be mentoring you guys. Why you guys are not doing that? That's the question. That's all I have. That's it. Just a simple question. Shout out to Poppy. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I heard take new contract includes Linus Rubs. Hey, no, I ain't hear that. I ain't hear that, but I know you just.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Thugin D said that he said Thurman ain't no tank. Let's see, Thugin D. Thugin D, how old are you? You gotta be young because your name is Thugin D, right? How old are you, sir? Please tell me how old are you. Please tell me how old are you. You gotta be about what, 19, 20 years old? I refuse to believe you in your 30s. But how old are you, my brother? My young brother, how old are you? With all due respect. If you know anything about the PBC, Keith Thurman was that guy back in 2013, 14. Agent Broner. PBC didn't come around in 2015. But Keith Thurman was that guy at the time. Keith Thurman was that guy at the time. Keith Thurman. You better not duck me, son. So I don't know how long you've been watching boxing. I don't know if you know that, but Keith Thurman was that guy at the time. But that's not the point. The fact of the matter is, if I think you're totally missing the boat. Your loyalty lies with Tank. I'm talking about Floyd Mayweather. I'm not even really talking about Tank. I'm talking about Floyd Mayweather, but y'all want to keep bringing this up, so that's fine. Let's play this game. If you're from Baltimore, you have an emotional attachment to your fighter. My point is, I'm from the Bay Area, where I'm from in Florida. If anything, I should have an emotional attachment to a fighter that's from where I'm from, like you have an emotional attachment to a fighter that's where you're from. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, even though that Keith Thurman is where I'm from, I don't have an emotional attachment to him like that. That's what I meant by that. Phone lines. He said, what a number, coach? Yeah, I'm gonna let you. We need 50 more likes. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Thugin D, please call in. I'm begging you to call in. Please call in. He said, Tank got more money than everybody in this super chat, including yourself. True. Thug and D say he 30 years old. 30 years old. Thug and D, 30. Okay, so you a couple years older than Tank. And you call yourself Thug and D. So I'm assuming, based on your name, that you're living that kind of lifestyle. Thug and D, I got something that I talk about over here. I talk about guys, not saying you. So if you get offended, it's a hit dog that hollers. But I talk about guys, I talk about two-figure niggas who have a net worth of two figures who be sitting around on the internet all day arguing and debating about what a fighter should take, who got what money. My fighter got more money than this fighter. That fighter ain't got more money than my fighter. While you have a net worth of two figures who probably sitting around all day playing the PlayStation, PS5 with your homeboys. I'm not saying you, Thug and D. So I hope you allow your ears to hear what your mouth won't let you. I'm not saying you, but I talk about guys that's online that does this. There's a lot of broke two-figure niggas online. They argue about for their favorite fighter. They never met this fighter. They don't know this fighter, but they talk about how much money this fighter has. They don't know how much money the fighter has. They sit back and say, yeah, man, my fighter make more money than your fighter. Dude, but you got a net worth of two figures. Why are you sitting here arguing about another fighter's money and you don't have no money your goddamn self? True. This is what I talk about. And I call these type of guys Thug and D two-figure niggas. Please, my brother, I hope that you're not a two-figure nigga. I hope that you're not a two-figure nigga. I'm going to drop the phone lines, my brother. We need 40 more likes. I'm going to drop the phone lines. Please call in Thug and D. Please call in Thug and D. I don't want to hear nothing from no two-figure niggas. If you a two-figure nigga, you eating up all the kids' cereal, drinking up all the Kool-Aid. When your baby mama come home, you got your homeboys sitting around an apartment, smoking weed, and y'all playing Madden all day, talking about you scored 40 points with LeBron, with the Lakers on your PS5. Guess what, man? Please don't be talking about how much money Tank Davis got. Tank got more money than every goddamn body. Dude, you need to be focusing on your own goddamn pockets. Because guess what? Last time I checked, when Tank get paid, nobody else in this chat get paid, sir. The argument is not even about how much money Tank is getting paid. So I asked a simple question. How come Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather green print? That's the only question I'm asking. This shit done went to Tank, Tank Davis making this, and he got 40 million on the back end, and this fighter, he ain't making no much more money than my fighter, and my fighter doing big numbers and this and that. Sir, what the hell I got to do with the question? Nothing. True. That's it. He said capitalize and start a GoFundMe scamming out the division. Okay. It's like they go to bringing up other shit. You know what I mean? They go to bringing up all kind of other shit. You know what I mean? He said Florida's scared to create a big star other than himself. Hence no legacy for Tank. I'm not even talking about Tank. I'm talking about why Devin Haney them. Now we got a couple of good questions. We got a couple of good answers. We got a couple of good answers. You see what I'm saying? So some of the answers that we have, one brother said that, hey, they just wanna go down their own legacy, choose their own path. We heard that they was dumb and stupid for signing with Top Rank. Okay, well, Floyd Mayweather was signed to Top Rank. Was he dumb and stupid when he signed? And I hope you don't come with the argument that he shouldn't have signed with Top Rank because they give out slave contracts. And please don't use the Alphabet Boy talking points. Please, if you call talking about that, don't use the Alphabet Boy talking points. Because fact of the matter is, and you guys know how I feel about Bob Arum. I'm not crazy about Bob Arum at all. But the fact of the matter is, every fighter they start pretty much on Top Rank. Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao's over there, Timothy Bradley, Floyd Mayweather. A lot of great fighters is over there with Top Rank. Made a whole lot of goddamn money. Crawford, none of those fighters are broke. Last time I checked. And if they were broke, I don't get none of the money anyways. But everybody who left Top Rank were millionaires. Cotto, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So the money talk don't mean shit to me because guess what? I'm not getting none of it. I find no joy or sadness knowing that a fighter is making millions of dollars. Guess what? It ain't benefiting me and my family anyways. It didn't help me buy this $600,000 house. Didn't help me buy this house on the lake. Didn't do none of that. So that shit don't mean nothing to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm an old school nigga and I'm finna go over these. We finna go over these commandments. We finna go over these commandments. Look, Green Eyes Peace. She say, thou shalt not deck at the like button. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We need 30 more likes. Shout out to Bush the Can Man Cassidy. Shout out to my brother Bush the Can Man Cassidy. He said, I'm not even a Stevenson fan, but he's looking like a bigger fighter right now. Yeah, Stevenson, I was looking at an interview, James, and he was saying that he was going to move up to lightweight soon. Because I think he's pretty much outgrowing super featherweight. You see what I'm saying? He says he's gonna move up to lightweight soon. That's what he said. I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I know people who are living well. We don't sit around and do that. But anyway, let's break this shit down though. Since we waiting on the likes to get up, let's break this shit down. Again, let's break this shit down. Warning, warning, warning. If you're a pocket watching two-figure nigga who like to talk about another fighter's money all the time to justify fighters not fighting tough fights, this is not the channel for you. If you like to sit down and debate with me about another fighter's pockets, this is not the channel for you. If you do not want to address the issue at hand, to see tough fights, to see the best fighters fight the best fighters, this is not the channel for you. I do not care about your emotional attachment to your fighter. I care nothing about if your fighter's from Baltimore. I'm not from Baltimore. I care nothing about if your fighter's from Texas. I'm not from Texas. I care nothing about if your fighter's from Florida. I'm from Florida, and I still don't care about if that fighter's from Florida. All I care about is the best fighters fighting the best fighters. I have no time to watch how much money a fighter is making. Guess what? I don't get a cut of it. If you are a two-figure nigga and you make straw man arguments and alphabet boy arguments to support your claim about your favorite fighter, this ain't the channel for you. This is not the fanboy channel. I hate fanboys. Anyone who know me know that I hate fanboys. Now, if it's an old school fighter, it's okay for you to be a fanboy of him. But the new school fighters that's fighting today, I care nothing about the fanboyism. I am not on your side. I'm not here for I don't care nothing about your subscribership. I don't care nothing about being your friend. I don't care nothing about if you hit the like button if you on that. If this is not the channel for you, you probably need to leave and go somewhere else. Okay? I only want to talk about the facts at hand. That's it. Whatever issues you may have with how much money another fighter making that you don't know, that's your issue. That's your problem. And if you're not a two-figure nigga, and if you're making money, why the fuck are you on here talking about how much money another fighter is making over another fighter anyways, when that has nothing to do with the question at hand? Please make that shit make sense to me.
You just sit here and you don't know what I'm talking about?
Nah, let's get into these commandments, man. Let's get into these commandments. Let's do this shit. If you're new to the channel, New Media Today USA Boxing, we are the only boxing community that have commandments. There's not a boxing community on the planet Earth that I know of that have commandments. We have commandments. And we do this from time to time. I haven't read them in a couple of weeks, but I got to read them today. Because I'm seeing a whole lot of fanaging and promoting, nigga-splaining, and all this other shit that ain't got nothing to do with the question at hand. How many likes we have? When we get the likes up, I'll open up the phone lines. Let's do this. If I offend you, you the nigga I'm talking about. And if you get offended and you want to leave, bye, Felicia, we will not miss you. I promise you that. Whoever it fits, right? I'm not talking to any particular person. I'm saying that if what I'm saying fits your shoe, fits your foot, then guess what? You can probably kick rocks. We don't dick ride over here. We don't do that. Now, this is called the 16 Commandments of USA Today, the 16 Boxing Commandments of New Media Today USA. For commandment number 1, thou shalt not fanboys for any fighter. We do make an exception to that rule. Well, I'm going to get to that. Commandment number 2, thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or a promoter. So if you're saying, oh man, you ain't got no business signing to the Top Rank, or you ain't got no business signing to the PBC, you ain't got no business signing to the Matchroom, and you need to sign to my promotional company, the promotional company that I got stock in, that I love, guess what? That's deride. If you don't know what D-Ride means you're dick riding. We don't dick ride promotional companies. We don't do that. Okay? Commandment number 3, there shall not be a manager or promoter for any fighter. If your ass on YouTube managing and promoting, guess what? You probably need to stop being a YouTube manager and promoter, and you probably need to find a job in the sport of boxing. Let's continue. Commandment number 4, thou shalt not pocket watches a fighter's money. If you're online telling me, well, shit, you know, my fighter making this and your fighter ain't making that. And shit, I don't know what you're talking about because my fighter got paid and your fighter ain't doing this. And you sit around pocket watching another fighter's money, guess what? You are in violation of commandment number 4. This ain't the channel for you. Please leave. Commandment number 5, thou shalt not talk boxing without facts. If you're yelling and screaming and talking boxing and you ain't got no goddamn facts on what you're talking about, you're speaking purely from emotion and your tribalism of how you feel about your particular fighter, guess what? This is not for you. Oh, this my brothers hit me up. This ain't the channel for you. Please go back to where you came from. Commandment number 6. Thou shalt not get too emotionally invested in a particular fighter. If you get too emotionally invested in a particular fighter, guess what? That means you're a fanboy, because that is the definition of a fanboy. And that right there is in violation of commandment number 1 and 6. Hold on, is it another super chat I missed? Thought I missed another super chat. All right, I guess I did. Let's continue. Commandment number 7. Thou shalt not criticize a fighter for cherry picking when your favorite fighter is cherry picking. What I notice, a lot of these dudes, they be talking about, oh man, you know, this dude ain't fought nobody. Crawford ain't fought this guy. Spence ain't fought that guy. Or Joshua ain't fought that guy. They sit back and talk about other fighters who they deem is cherry picking while totally ignoring the fact that your fighter got a career of cherry picks. True. Make this shit make sense to me. You condone cherry picking when it's your favorite fighter, but then when it's a fighter that you don't like, you come up with all type of names for him. If you did not have a double standard, you would not have a standard at all. Let's continue. Again, I give 2 fucks about what city you're from, and I give 2 fucks about what city your fighter is from. Even if he's from the state of Florida, I give 2 fucks about it. You want to know why? Because the only thing I want to do, I'm old school. I want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. That's it. Let's continue. I don't do no dick ride. We don't do that. Not where I'm from. They might do that in your city, but then we don't do that shit here. Let's continue. Now, once again, if you are offended at what I'm saying, you might want to leave. This is not the channel for you. Leave, block yourself, don't never come back again in life. Okay? True. Let's continue. Commandment number 8. Thou shalt not condone any elite fighter ducking another elite fighter. Commandment number 9. Thou shalt not speaketh of back-end money. Because you don't know what the fuck back-end money is any goddamn ways. You ain't getting none of it. Commandment number 10. Thou shalt not tweet shit on Twitter for your favorite fighter. And shout out to everybody who helped put this commandment together. That was me, Bless365, Lady Shan, Karma Serene was here, Knockdown 305 was here, Thomas Jones, Halim, there's a couple of people. We helped put this together. Misfit, Nick Rich, a lot of people who was here, right? When we did this. Commandment number 11. Thou shalt not threaten people on YouTube if they disagree with you. I know about this personally. That's all going on social media. People be threatening each other. If they, you don't agree with you, they threaten you, say they're going to do A, B, C, and D. Niggas ain't going to do shit. But let's continue. Commandment number 12. Thou shalt not speak of the undisputed if your favorite fighter has the French fries belt, aka better known as the franchise belt. Now, the reason why we said this was because you had some fighters, they did not have the real title. They had the franchise belt, which was the special designation, right? And we know that the WBC changed the rules all the time on that shit. Now, we know Devin Haney has all of the belts. We know he has all of the belts. He had a French fry belt. They say he was the email champion. He got an email belt. He got the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF, and he got the ring as well. So he got all the belts, so there's no dispute on that. But that was for people who were saying that guys who had the French fries belt but didn't have the regular, didn't have the super belt, that they were undisputed. No, that's not true. Commandment number 13. Thou shalt only have permission to be a fanboy of an old school fighter. This is the only exception to the rules. What are some of the examples, guys? Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, the great Salvador Sanchez, Azuma Nelson, Tommy Hearns, etc., etc., etc. Even Rocky Marciano. Okay? Commandment number 14. Thou shalt not race bait to push a personal narrative. We had to establish that, right? Commandment number 15, thou shalt not have a victimhood mentality and play the race card when you do not get your way. We don't play that shit over here, right? Call me what you want to call me. We don't play that shit over here. Commandment number 16, thou shalt not violate any of the commandments under no circumstances. These are the commandments that all of our subscribers must follow in order to be a subscriber of this channel. If you have the commandments are up right there. If anyone has a problem with these commandments, guess what? Please unsubscribe and leave. True, true, true. Bye, Felicia. Let's look at what we got. Let's see. We need 3 more likes. We need to open up the phone lines. Shout out to Hector Leon. We're dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your board.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yes, sir.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to DM3 Entertainment. We're dropping that $2 bam super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said they want to be Hall of Fame boxers, not ducking. Yes, sir.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Phone lines are open. 530-494-9636. Listen. The 2-figure niggas, if you're home playing your PlayStation, if you want to call in, call in. I'm gonna body your ass. Question of the day is: anybody feeling some type of way about what I said? Please call in. I don't care where you're from. Phone line's right there. Phone line at the bottom. As a matter of fact, let me remove that. Let me remove that part. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. Let me remove that part just in case they can't see it. Let me do this. Phone lines right there. 530-494-9636. U.S. calls 530-494-9636. I'm only talking about why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather green print or blueprint. If someone feeling some type of way about their fighter, call in. Please call in. Y'all know me. I don't dump no smoke. Phone lines is open. Let's see how long it's going to take for this number to ring. Jason Wynn, what you say, fam? He said peace. He said peace, coach. What time are you coming on tonight? At 8 o'clock, fam. At 8 o'clock. We got 2 calls calling in at the same time. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yes, sir, I can hear you very well. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, unbiased fan, Stephen Bramley, New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah, unbiased fans. Talk to me, my brother. I'm Connecticut.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, my brother.
All right, no doubt. Now, we talking about Shakur and Haney, not following the green print, quote unquote.
Yeah, green print, quote unquote.
Yeah, the thing is, it's got to be different ways to get to the level you want to reach, and Floyd did it his way. Not everything he did in doing it, I 100% agree with as a boxing fan, but it worked for him, and I was a big fan of Floyd when he was fighting.
Yeah, me too.
He was a warrior, but he picked and chose some of his fights, and I think it's because he had a lot of haters, and he had to keep that O. But Shakur and Haney, they not bad guys. They ain't got to play the bad guy role. They ain't got to do all the extra showboating and talking. They just gonna go out and fight well, and I think that's good enough for them. And I think it's gonna take them where they need to go because they got the skills, they got the talent, they got the ability. So, they don't need to do it the way Floyd did it. I'm glad they're doing it their own way.
I see what you're saying.
It's important for them to do.
I see what you're saying. You're saying the way Floyd did it, that was good for him. And
it was good for him.
That was
It
good.
may work for
That
somebody
was good
else.
for him. That was good for him in that time. But what you're saying, what Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is doing, what they're doing is good for them in this time. You know, I guess what
Because
you're saying.
they don't have the personality of a Floyd Mayweather, so I don't think doing it Floyd's way would work for them. And it may be a fighter that may come along, and Floyd's way may work for them. But there's more than one way to get to that top. You know, Roy Jones had a little flair, but then you had other boxers like Cotto. He was humble, didn't really say much, but he went out and got the job done. So there's more than one way to get to that top pinnacle in boxing.
You know what, man? You know what? You know what? You hit the nail right on the head, fam. There's more than one way to do it. And of course, there's levels to it. Floyd did it at the highest level. But you know, that's only one guy who was able to do that. And I know a lot of people, they don't know who Pretty Boy Floyd was. And a lot of these people, they didn't even know that a lot of the stuff, the dynamics that went into Floyd becoming the guy that he ended up becoming, from the WWE to the Dancing with the Stars to Justin Bieber to 50 Cent to, you know, to a lot of the people, the Oscar De La Hoya, the Richard Schaefer's, you know, that was just lightning in the bottle. You know what I mean? That was lightning in the bottle. And I don't think that can just be replicated. It's not like, okay, we did it, so we just gonna keep replicating it. It doesn't work that way. You know, if that was the case,
it's a lot of work behind that.
Yeah. It's a whole lot.
A lot of work.
Hey, but
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Number 13. I was looking at the rules. I was like, every rule sounds really good, but I want to ask you about number 13. When because you know, we come from a different era of boxers. My favorite boxer was Roy Jones. You know,
right?
I know Roy Jones. You know, that's my guy.
Yeah, but I love Roy too. I'm from Florida. I met him a couple of times.
Oh yeah, I went to college. I went to college, formerly known as PJC, now Pensacola State College.
Pensacola State.
So,
yeah.
I went there with PJC. But my question is, in the era that we came up, were we allowed to be, you know, not gonna say a fanboy, but a heavy fan of our particular fighter?
Roy Jones fought in that era. Roy Jones is considered one of the old school guys. The Bernard Hopkins, the James Lights Out Tony. Yeah, those guys are considered old school. Yeah.
So what makes it different for the guys that are now, like, you know, the age that we were back then, for them not to be able to be a fan of that particular fighter? Is it because the elements of boxing have changed?
No, they can be a fan. There's nothing wrong with being a fan. The thing is, the fanboyism is when a person has an extreme emotional attachment to that particular fighter. The reason why I put that in there is because once you become a fan, I'm gonna give a perfect example. I was so much of a fanboy of Mike Tyson. When Buster Douglas beat him, I cried. I was sad for a whole week. I had about 10 of my. It was about 10 of my homeboys. We literally was looking for James Buster Douglas to jump him. Now we didn't have no. We didn't know where the man lived. I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious.
Go that far there.
No, I'm dead. I'm dead. I was 16 years old. I'm dead serious. You see what I'm saying? And so what I see is, when you have an extreme emotional attachment to a fighter, when you fanboy on that level, you don't. You know, there's no reasoning.
Logic goes out the window.
Yeah, logic goes out the window. Everything is emotion. There's no reasoning with you. Just some of this, like, things that are just reality, blatant. Like, nah, this dude just lost. He got beat. No, he ain't lose. Richard Steele, he took too long on the count, and the ninth round, he really won it, and they cheated him. Like literally, I just totally ignored all.
I did that.
Yeah,
I did that with Buster Douglas. I did that.
Yeah, so that was me. So that's what I mean by that. And you see that going on today. You're like, we'll be talking about something about boxing, and when a fighter feels that, when a fan of a fighter, and this is how you know he's an extreme fanboy, because he'll literally get so emotional and upset to the point to where you know, he'll just start some I had some fanboys get angry with me. I have some yell at me. I have some threaten me. I have some send me like threatening DMs, messages. You better not come to Texas. You better not come to Baltimore. You better not do this. Like, this shit is done went too far. So I stay toe tagging the body bagging these dudes and talking the shit that I talk, because I know they ain't gonna do nothing. They just talk shit. But that's what it is. So this is why I had to put that in there, because it brings out the ugly in people, and you can't. There's no reasoning with them. There's no middle ground. We can't sit down and have a casual conversation. Everything we know, when you call and you talk to me, it's for the sake of argument and debate. You want to argue and debate, and I'm not here to argue with grown ass men. Especially if you're a 2-figure nigga. A lot of these dudes broke, be home at home playing PlayStation all goddamn day. And they talking about how much money they fighter got. I'm like, dude, you a two-figure nigga. Can't no two-figure nigga call me and go to talking to me about what another fighter got. And he got this and he got that, and you at home playing your PS5 all goddamn day, eating all the cereal, drinking up all the kids' Kool-Aid, and when your baby mama come back home from work, you ain't did shit. You selling Nick Sacks in the hood, Nick Sacks selling ass nigga. A lot of these dudes online, they're just some broke Nick Sacks selling ass niggas. Cause I find it very hard to believe that a level-headed man with just with a little bit of common sense about him would even take time all day to be doing that shit. So that's why I put that in there. But no, Roy Jones, yeah, you definitely, you can be a fanboy of Roy Jones. I'm talking about today's fighters, the current fighters, in this era of fighters that's fighting right now. You know what I mean? So, when they retire,
the reason why I asked that is because what if the era were like before us, like the people who grew up with Muhammad Ali? Because I grew up with, you got a couple years on me. What if they said that to us about being a big heavy fan to Tyson or to Roy Jones? I feel like I want to give them a little bit of leeway to be that fan.
No. They have a right to say that. They have a right to say that. No, those people who were grown, who came up in that era, if that's how they feel, that's how they feel. Remember, these rules that I came up with, that as a matter of fact, it wasn't just me, it was a lot of the people that's in the chat. A lot of people that's in the chat helped put these rules together. We put these rules together ourselves. It wasn't just me. These are just the rules that we go by over
people
here.
Be overboard. People be overboard. I mean, we see it everywhere we go. You see it with the channels, you see it with people. It just with all fighters, you're gonna have any boxer that's any good for real, they gonna have people that's overboard for them. That's gonna come with the territory, I would say.
Yeah, so that's why I put that in there, man. Hey, but I'm biased boxing fan. Thank you so much, fan, for calling in. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, fam. Always.
Yes, sir. Salute. Shout out to James Aaron. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "My bad, Coach Malachi. He said I meant to stay. I'm not a United Stevenson fan, but he even looking more promising than Tank."
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, man, I'm like, bro, like the shit is crazy. Phone lines is open, man. Please call in, man. Thug and D, call in, Thug and D. I'm not a thug, so I can't relate. I'm not a thug, but call in, Thug and D, call in. 530-494-9636. Anybody feeling some type of way? Call in, man. 530-494-9636. Anybody feeling some type of way, please call in. Old Daddy Boxing, Old Daddy, what did he say? He say, LOL, call in. He say, call his boss. All right, let's see, can we get this call here? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good, Coach Malachi? How you feeling?
What's going on, fam? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Don from Boston.
Don?
Yeah, Don from Boston.
All right, Don from Boston. Talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. Quick question on the title, real quick. Just want to keep it a little brief. You got a lot of trolls that troll you, so I just want to keep it brief and let you cook up on them. But yeah, what do you think is going to take for Devin and Shakur to get a tank fight? They've been calling him out, but it looks like Floyd doesn't. He's been wiping that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Don. I think that Devin Haney and Devin Haney and Haney and Shakur Stevenson. I think they need to just stick with keep Tank's name out of their mouth. I think Floyd Mayweather was right about that. Don't stop worrying about Tank. Don't talk about Tank. That Tank is not on the table. You know what I mean? So I think they need to be realistic and understand, hey, what's going on? Floyd Mayweather let everybody know what's going on. We're going to continue to, pretty much cherry pick and do what we do. Tank got a fan base that's going to buy the fights anyways. That's fine. Ain't got no problem with that. I'm past that. I think that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson needs to not worry about Tank. And I don't think they're worried about Tank at all, to be honest with you. But just don't even mention the dude's name. I mean, I know y'all friends. Just continue to do what they're doing because that boy ain't fighting nobody. He ain't gonna fight nobody, none of those top guys, anyways. And Floyd made that clear, and Leonard Ellerbe made that clear. You see what I'm saying? So, and Tank Davis made that clear. So I think after someone makes it clear, they need to just move on to just go down the trajectory that they have set for themselves. Because there are plenty of other fights to make. You see what I'm saying? But that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
All right, Coach. Salute.
All right, shout out to Don, man. Shout out to Don calling from Boston, man. Caller from Maryland, call. Caller from Maryland, call. Please call back. Somebody from the DMV, call. Please call back. Big C, what you say, family? Say they should ignore him unless asked. Yeah. This is not even about this ain't even about no Tank. You see what I'm saying? This is about why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the green print, especially now that green print, blueprint. All right, Baltimore callers calling. Let's see. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, this Thug and D from Baltimore.
Thug and D from Baltimore. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Coach?
What's going on with you?
Yeah, Thug and D, my rap, man, too. I was doing when I was young. I think grew up out of that.
Okay.
Yeah. You can hear what's going on in the background.
I thought you were saying you was Thug and D because you about that life out there in the streets.
No, that was when I was younger. But you hear the background?
No, I don't hear the background.
You hear what's going on?
No, I don't hear nothing.
Oh, I'm at work. That's I'm at work right now. That's my little cut that I use, you feel, when I'm working and shit.
Okay.
But I was saying, like, you ever been to Baltimore?
Yeah, I've been to Baltimore. I've been to Baltimore and I've been to Landover. Cause I used to drive trucks.
Oh, yeah. Both of your parents in your life? Like you grew up with both of your parents?
Nah. I grew up with my mom. I never met my father. I know what he looks like. My mom showed me a picture of him, but I never met. I grew up with my mom. It was a village of people who raised me. I just say that.
Yeah, that's more like the lifestyle we live down here. You feel me? Like we grew up kind of rough on the rough side, like killers in our face, a lot of drugs, you know, and being someone like Tank, growing up boxing and all that, you know, you get a habit of getting away from all that. What's up? You getting away from all that shit. You feel me? So when someone like Floyd Mayweather comes, a superstar like Floyd Mayweather comes and take you from that lifestyle, right? It kind of makes your situation better, right? You agree?
Yeah. I understand that, but I'm trying to.
It makes your life way better, right?
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to figure out like what.
Yeah. So when someone like Floyd Mayweather generates $1 billion in the sport of boxing, comes and manage your whole boxing career and tell you what to do and how to do it, like, wouldn't that be the best way to do things?
Yeah, I mean,
coming from where you come from, you don't want to. You feel me? You know, you can seep right in. You can slip right back to where you came from. So you want to just stay level-minded with someone like that, you know, who really got the sports, all that shit down pat, you feel me?
Yeah, the question I have for you is, what does that have to do with Tank? Like, we was talking about, you know, trying to figure out, you know, why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson.
I want to know where Tank ducking, why you feel like he ducking smoke from Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson.
I didn't say he was ducking smoke from Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. What I said was, we're talking about why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson not following the green print that Floyd Mayweather laid out. Hold on,
two-figure nigga. I've never been a two-figure nigga, you know.
I never said you
getting money off for a while now.
Listen, I never said you was a two-figure nigga.
Taking care of both my kids and shit like that.
Listen, my brother. I never said you was a two-figure nigga. I said you have two-figure niggas online who make that argument. And I said if the shoe doesn't fit you.
I was confused too, Coach, because how you get the fanboy Sugar Ray Leonard? But I can't fanboy for my man who come from my culture, who representing what I represent. I can't fanboy him.
You can fanboy him.
I can't do that.
You can fanboy him if you want to. I'm just saying these are the rules that we have
he
over
come
here.
from exactly where I come from. Like, I got a strong bond with people, you feel me, who come from my culture. Like, we don't got too much down here. You feel me? So when we get someone like Devontae Tank Davis, Lord Scooter and Lamar Jacksons and all that,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
ride for our people. You feel me?
Doug and D, I
Like,
think
we ride
you
for them. Like,
can
real
you
heavy,
listen, brother? Can
feel
you hear me?
me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just please, can you just allow me to speak, please?
Yeah, I heard what you son.
I understand that you ride for Tank. This is not even a discussion. The discussion was why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are not following the Floyd Mayweather green print. In the chat, you were talking about how much money Tank Davis have. He got more money than your favorite fighter. And I'm like, what does that have to do with the subject matter? It's like, where did that come from? That's what I wanted to ask you.
That's all I was saying, because if this feels better coming from where we come from, and that's what the focus of money, get our people from out where we come from. You feel me? And like, we ain't ducking no smoke though. Like, but I don't know why they ain't take the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. You feel?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I don't know why they ain't take that blueprint.
And why do you feel that they was fools for signing with Top Rank?
Devontae Tank Davis is the biggest star, I think, out of three.
You say
in my opinion, you feel me? In my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And I understand that. Again, I'm not mad at you for having an emotional attachment to your fighter. You from Baltimore. You explained that, hey, in B-more, you guys don't have much. So when you do find one that comes out of Baltimore that have a little something, you take pride in that and you ride for your guy. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying over here, we have commandments over here. That's just what we go by. We put that together ourselves, a lot of people in the community. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to agree with them. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is we were talking about how come Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson did not follow the Floyd Mayweather green print, and it went somewhere else. It went to talking about how much money Tank got. He's the biggest star, this and that, yada, 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 yada. That's been established with me already that he's not going to fight any of those top guys because of that. You know what I mean? I'm not even talking about that. The money stuff just came out of nowhere, and a lot of these dudes, they make these straw man arguments when we talk about valid points. These are the talking points that they go to. So I'm not saying, and if you listen, hold on, hear me out. Hear me out. And if you listen to what I was saying, I specifically said Thug and D. I'm not specifically talking about you. Right. I said that, listen, man, if the shoe doesn't fit, you should not get upset about what I'm saying. I'm only talking about the people who fits that narrative when I'm talking about. That was it. You shouldn't even got offended about me saying that. If it wasn't
I ain't get offended on that shit. You feel? I just think like a lot of people been talking shit about Tank lately, like for no reason. You feel? Like where all the hate come from? He went from the most beloved to the most hated. You feel? And now he doing this entertaining the fans. Every time he stepped in that square, you feel me? He entertaining y'all. Why y'all throwing shit on this man? He a prize fighter. He been said it. He don't fight for the belt. He a prize fighter. He that's what he at. The bag. They chasing that boxing legacy. You feel me? And that ain't Floyd Mayweather blueprint. So they ain't take that. They went to chase that boxing legacy and went to someone who Floyd Mayweather left and made more money when he left.
Okay,
so I don't understand that.
That's it. I mean, but that's it.
That's their blueprint.
No, but what I'm saying is that's it. So you're saying that they didn't want to take that. They didn't want to take that route that Tank Davis is taking.
Yeah, they more focused on that.
They're more focused on
understand that.
Yeah. I'm saying okay. So that's the answer. That's the answer. Then if they're not. They didn't want to take the Floyd Mayweather green print because they're focusing on cementing their legacy from a boxing standpoint. You're saying Tank is focusing on getting the bag. And guess what?
People from out this situation that we live in today.
But
it's
check this out.
Down here, man. It's fucked up. We gotta get our people from out this shit, bro.
Thug and D, check this out. And if did you see the show? Did you see the show I did yesterday?
I meant to turn in, but I was too busy. You know, I be turning in every day, coach, but I didn't get to catch you yesterday.
The show I did yesterday.
They have an interview yesterday on the Rise podcast, and he mentioned Devin Haney can't go 12 rounds. But I mean, Coach Kenny asked him the question, and he said, no, he can't go 12 rounds with him. But we ain't ducking no smoke, Coach. That's all I'm saying. You feel?
Okay, all right. I mean,
if the fight happens, it will happen, but I think politics involved in that. You feel?
What's the politics?
You know, if they even come out and say they want to fight each other, you might have Bob Earn and Floyd Mayweather can't even make that. You feel? because they too tied up in these ego problems. You feel? From past shit. So
that makes sense. What do you mean by that?
For them to fight each other, like it gotta make sense. It ain't just gonna go down. Tank gonna take the lots of money because he added a bag, right? So activating his mandatory is taking lots of money. Is I'm correct?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm me, Thug and D. I'm past that. Like I'm not on Tank.
Yeah,
I'm not
focus on the boxing. Like,
yeah. I'm not on Tank fighting Haney or any of those guys. I'm past that. The reason why I actually did you listen for Tank. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I heard you say that plenty of times. So that's why I trained into you. Because you don't be on no bullshit. You feel?
Yeah,
you be telling me how you feel. But
And I have no issues with I have no issues with that. Yeah, I have no issues with that. All I was saying was, how come Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney did not follow the green print? That's all. And you just gave me the answer. You said that, hey, they didn't follow it because they're chasing boxing legacy. They're not chasing the bag. And that's the answer.
Yeah,
that's the answer. I get it. All right, I get it.
That's real shit, coach.
All right.
But he will step in that square. Man. Appreciate you for letting me on, too.
All right. Shout out to Thug and D, man. Hey, man, be safe at work, my brother. All right? Be safe.
Oh, yeah, y'all listen. Lamar Jackson, that nigga, too.
Yeah, man. Be more in the house, man. Please call it. Please call it. I'm trying to hold on. The chief, he said, Coach, ask the caller how he feels about Tank's constant cherry picking. Hey, man. I'm not even, you know what I mean? Like, I'm past that. Shout out to the chief. Check this out, my brother. I'm past that. I'm going to tell you why I'm past that. I'm past that because they've made it clear what it is. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not even, I don't even really want to, you get what I'm saying, the chief? I don't even want to talk about it because they made it clear what it is. They made it clear what it is. The only question I asked was, how come Haney and Shakur did not take that route, especially now that, people are saying that Floyd Mayweather is mentoring those guys. Like, I wonder what type of mentorship he could be doing with those guys, from a standpoint. I'm pretty sure he would probably want to sign them, but of course he can't. They're under contract. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I wish, like, if I can talk to any of those guys, I'll probably, why you didn't take this route? Like, why you didn't take this route? I would love to know why they didn't take that route, just to hear from their own mouth. But I do know why. They want the legacy, and it's not like they're fighting for peanuts neither. I get it. I do get it. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Al from Oaktown.
Al from Oaktown. Talk to me, my brother.
Yo, man. I had to come in here and I had to put you in check, Coach. I got an issue with you, man.
Go ahead.
I feel like homeboy from Baltimore, Maryland, he had a point, Why you out here trying to make Tank come out and fight all these tough challenges, you know what I mean? He trying to come out here, he trying to get these cherries, he trying to fight whoever, and he trying to take his people, Rolly Romero, for what? How many pay-per-views did they sell? How much money did he make for that? How much of a risk did he take for that? Come on, Coach. He's trying to fuck up the bag, man.
I'm not.
That's all.
Hey, Al, I'm not. I'm the one that said I get it. I'm the one that, bro. Hey, I know you probably joking, Al, but listen, Al, listen. I'm the one that said I get it. If you look at the show I did when Tank fought Rolly Romero, I specifically said on that show, I said, you know what, man? Why in the hell? And I think it was here, Al. I said, why in the hell would Tank fight a tougher fight when he's selling out the Barclays Center with Rolly Romero? And I kept putting the emphasis on that. And then after that, you know what I said? I said, I get it now. I finally get it. They have been telling us all along what the play is, but I was so stuck on my old school ways. I was so stuck on, yeah, man, we gotta have these, we don't tell me this fighter the best. I need to see him fight the other guys in order for me to see he the best. I was so stuck on my old school ways that I wasn't listening. I wasn't hearing what Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather were saying. And I was caught up on what Tank was saying on Twitter. Oh, man, I don't want to fight this dude. Only reason I'm fighting him because I'm under contract. Yeah, man, this is my last fight under contract with Mayweather Promotions. you know, that I'm leaving. I got videos where he said it. And then he come right back and say he's not leaving. So I take all of that these guys say, and then I watch what they do, and it's like, oh, I get it now. So Al, I'm gonna be honest with you. Any Tank Davis fan, I'm telling you, I'm past that. I'm past Tank Davis. I'm trying to stick on Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, but and Floyd Mayweather, but they keep talking about Tank. So, but I got much love to you, Al. Much love to you. I get it. I understand. I understand.
Hey, let's put it like this.
Yeah.
If Devin was to lose against Kambosos, that would have fucked up his stock.
Yeah.
If Tank loses to, you know, Devin Haney, if he loses to Shakur or whoever the fuck, you really like think of it as a big risk. And if he's trying to make as much money as possible and get everybody out the hood, like he said, then I think he's doing the right thing. I'm not even going to lie, Coach.
Yeah.
To say.
Yeah. I said it. Al, I get it, dog. I get it. I said, and guess what? It was one video I shot. I'm gonna let you go, but it's one video I shot where I apologized to Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather. I said I'm apologizing to those guys. Those guys are the best promoters in the world because the miracle that they did with Tank Davis fighting a judo wrestler, a guy who don't know how to box, Rolly Romero, who's more known for being an internet troll than a boxer, and people in boxing circles laugh at him for him to do 18,000 plus at the Barclays Center. I say Leonard Ellaby is the best that did it, ever got away with it. And anybody who's been watching this show, y'all know I've been consistent at saying it. I said that, so I'm done. I'm not even worried about that. I get it. But shout out to my brother Al, man. Thank you, fam.
Matter of fact, I got one more question. I got a real question, Coach.
Go ahead.
Who wants to see Shakur versus Devin Haney?
I
don't want to see that. I'm just being honest.
Shakur's at 130. He's at 130, and Devin is at 135. If Devin Haney and Shakur meets at 135, which I don't think Devin Haney will still be there. If they meet at 135, stylistically, dog, that'll probably be a horrible fan-friendly. That would not be a fan-friendly fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, but I'm just saying from a stylistic standpoint, the way those two box, man, I don't, man. Unless they're gonna try to knock each other out, that'll be stylistically, that'll be a terrible fight. I'm not saying I don't want to see it. I'm not saying I want nobody saying, oh man, he don't want to see the tough fighters fight the tough fighters. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying from a style standpoint, I don't know, man. But
yeah, look, I'm with you, Coach. Look, if Devin Haney and Shakur fight, I only want to see them fight if they already blow past everybody. But then if they haven't fought Tank yet and they haven't fought Lomachenko or whatever, those are more exciting stylistic fights. But I'm not against it happening down the line. But right now, that people rushing that fight, I don't know what all that where it came from. But hey, it's just a bunch of media shit.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, shout out to my brother Al, man. Coach. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How we doing?
Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother Al from Oak Town, the town. No, they call Oakland the town. They call Oakland the town. But yeah, man. Other than that, that's it, man. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. So, I think we came to the conclusion that the reason why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they didn't take the Floyd Mayweather green print. He said blueprint yesterday, but blueprint, green print, it's the same shit. He laid out a plan that you can use to capitalize off of in order to rob the bank in the sport of boxing. That's what he's saying. And I don't think it's not that simple. It's not that simple, fam. It's not that simple. Especially when you look at a lot what went into it, making Floyd become the guy that he became. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jaime from New York.
Jaime, what's going on, my brother? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, fam.
All right. I think Haney and Shakur are trying to be great, and they're not afraid to lose that. A top rank, they test you fast, man. You want to be a boxing star, they throw you in there with top competition, man. Really, And Leonard Ellaby, they say they know what they're doing at PBC. Well, so is Top Rank, man. They have produced, I just thought of this now, in the last 20 years, man, they produced Oscar, Floyd, Pacquiao, Cotto, the top guys, man. You know what I mean? Cotto, yeah, man, a whole bunch of stars, bro. And if it was that easy, how come they don't produce another Mayweather?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Top Rank know what they're doing, bro. They throw you in bro.
Come here,
And
Kai.
that's how you make it to the top. You got to test yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And coach, that's my call, my brother.
All right. So what say? Okay. All right. Hey,
All right.
sorry about that. Sorry, that was my son, Jaime. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to my brother
It's
from
all
New
good.
York.
It's all good.
That was my son, guys. That was Kai. Little Kai. He said, I doubt Haney versus Shakur fight at 135. Kambosos is likely to move up. Yeah, you said Kambosos, it's likely Haney to move up. Yeah. We know Kambosos on Martin King Boxing exercises his rematch clause. So we know Haney is fighting him next. And then after that, if he can get by Kambosos, more than likely he's going to fight Lomachenko. You see what I'm saying? So we know Devin Haney is tied up for the next two fights. Shakur, I don't know. I think Shakur has a fight coming up, but my thing is we know that fight, you know, I don't want to talk about Tank. Tank is off the table. We know what's going on over there, right? You know, what's going on for him is working. That's fine. That's good. But I just always wondered, like, well, how come they didn't take that? Because, you know, some would say they could have done the same thing. I've even had some people tell me that they were fools for signing with Top Rank and that they should have went another route. I had some people telling me that they're fools for signing with Top Rank. And I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, why would you say that? And I think a lot of the people who say that, they say that from a tribal standpoint because they have a bond to Mayweather Promotions PBC. They're saying it because that's where their tribe is at. You see what I'm saying? That's why they said it. And I think it's from a tribalistic standpoint. And the reason why we came with the commandments, we got to have some kind of guidelines to go by. We got to have some kind of guidelines. Right now, this shit is just like the Wild Wild West. And it's the same shit going on and on and on. And I get it, I understand it, but, you know, I don't have to agree with it. See, this is the thing, right? I'm 48. I don't have to agree with this shit. I think the way I think, you think the way you think. Okay, fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't gonna change your position. I'm not gonna change my position. We just gonna be some stubborn mofos. I'm gonna hold the line with my 30-30 shotgun rifle. That's what I'm gonna hold the line, dog. That's where I'm at. That's my position, dog. I'm not changing my position for nothing to nobody. I don't give a damn who the fight is. I don't care if he's from B-More. I don't care if he's from Tampa, where I'm from. I don't care if he's from Miami. I don't care if he's from Texas. I don't care if he's from LA. I don't care if he's from Georgia. I don't care if he's from Utah. I don't care if he's from Chicago, Detroit. He's from the UK. I don't give a damn where he's from. That's my position. And I'm not changing that shit. Period. We just agree to disagree. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Ricky Ricardo, San Antonio. What's up, Coach?
Ricky Ricardo, talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, so I just want to chime in real quick. The blueprint, green print, whatever we want to call it, that was strictly between Al and Floyd and how they moved Floyd's career. Matchmaking and marketing. That's what it was.
Yeah, matchmaking.
You know,
right.
post De La Hoya, really. Post De La Hoya. And I think it failed with Broner.
Yeah.
Now that they got Tank, they don't want to fumble this shit. They don't want to. They're good with keeping him at a certain pay rate. They're able to sell out, you know, certain local areas, whether it's at New York or Atlanta, and that's where they're keeping it at right now. So my expectations are not high for Tank at this moment, and I feel he could be competitive. And I think with Shakur and Devin, they're in the industry, man. They're in the game, so I'm sure they got talked to about, hey, look, man, you don't want to go that route, and they laid it on them, and they made their choice. Their family, who's ever with them, they made the choice. Hey, we're going to go to Top Rank. We're going to do this. Haney's now undisputed champion of the world. You can't take that away from him. And he went to Australia. He took a risk, man. You have to take fucking risks. And I think the blueprint doesn't allow certain things to take place when it came to Floyd's career. And that's what happened because Floyd had a laundry list of guys that we as boxing fans wanted him to fight, but he didn't. Boxing fans were upset. Floyd fans were accepting of his opponents that he chose, i.e. Maidana, Victor Ortiz, Berto. None of those were career-defining fights. But anyway, Shakur
and Devin, in my opinion, let them map out their own career. I think they're going to go very far. They're going to be in some damn good fights. They may take losses, but that ain't going to mean shit because it's all about caliber of opposition, dominance of division, unifying, and ultimately becoming undisputed. That's the whole goal of the sport, and that's my opinion on it.
All right, man. Shout out to my brother Ricky Ricardo over from San Antonio, man. You always call in with some good stuff to say, man. Thank you, fam. Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother, man. Let me get the super chats out the way, guys. Shout out to Swift 718. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, fam? I just want to see the best fights from my time and money.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to Vigilante for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Vigilante, what you say, fam? You say Canelo lost twice and takes risks, yet he makes more money than any boxer, though. Just saying, you can lose and still make money if you're great. Yeah, you know what? You're right about that. You're right about that. Certainly, if you are that great and you got the hearts and minds of the people, you can. That can happen for you. I totally agree with that.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
What you say, my brother? He say Swift 718. He said bum fights. He said went out of style over 10 years ago. Hold on. I got you, fam. Hold on. I got you. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is G-Man from London.
G-Man, hold on, fam. I got to get the super chat out of the way. Shout out to Swift 718 for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Swift, what you say, fam? You say bum fights went out of style over 10 years.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. G, what you say, G-Man from London?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I tuned into the last half an hour. Great stuff. Basically, the guy that was a Tank fan.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he just kind of gave me an epiphany. Like I never realized until this day. You got entertainers and you got boxers.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys like Tank and even Wilder to some degree, they're all entertainers. They're just there to entertain their specific, bunch of fans. They don't really care about legacy or doing anything special. And, today's the day that I just actually realized that, wow, that's what it is with those guys. And don't take any type of big fights with any of those guys until the end of their careers, until they're ready to cash out. That's how I feel about it anyway.
Hey, G-Man, you know what? You hit the nail right on the head, fam. Like, you know what? Like my brother Thug and D who called in, I get his point. He's saying that we from B-more. I've been to B-more. B-more is probably one of the worst cities to go to in America, if not the worst. It's the poverty is terrible there. Crime rate, murder rate, anything bad is pretty much B-more. So I get what he's saying. So what G-Man is saying is when you have someone that can come from that and come up from nothing and hook up with Mayweather and now he's a multimillionaire. They're saying that they champion that guy. And what I got from Thug and D is they are living their lives vicariously through him. And that's what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Because he's one of us. It's like a fighter. It's like me. It's like a fighter coming from my city, Tampa, Florida, or somebody coming from Miami. Because I have family in Miami as well. He's one of us. He come from our city. Or I got family in Orlando. I got family in LA that live in South Central. He's one of us. So when he make it, we make it. And we live our lives vicariously through him. I wasn't looking at it through the lens of that. I'm looking at it through the lens of, look, I'm an old school dude. I like to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. If you're telling me your fight is King Kong, I better see his ass fighting Godzilla. If you're telling me your fight is He-Man, he better be fighting Skeletor. If you tell me your fight is Optimus Prime, he better be fighting Megatron. That's where I'm coming from. And I'm coming from a different space. and then those guys are coming from, I'm living my life vicariously through him. I'm coming from, man, look here, man. The best fighters got to fight the best fighters. But once it's been established, hey, we not going that route. We are going the route that we are going. We care nothing about the best fighters fighting the best fighters. You don't get an argument from me no more because you've established it. So I'm not mad or upset about any of that. That's why I asked my brother, how come not Tank Davis, how come Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson didn't go that route? But the answer is those brothers wanted to take the legacy route more so than just trying to get the bag, the fight, no competition route. That's the answer I got for it. And so be it. Whatever floats your boat. But I get what you're saying, my brother. Anything else you want to say, G?
Exactly. No, I'm sitting there to keep up the good stuff, I don't get to listen as much as I used to because I'm at work constantly. But yeah, man, keep it up.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother, man, G-Man from London, man. I mean, I get it. I'm not bitching about who Tank is fighting. I'm done with that. That ship is sailed for me. I'm kind of teed off a little bit that we talking about him because I don't want to talk about him because I already know what it is. I don't want to talk about him. You know what I mean? To be honest with, not teed off guy, but I don't want to talk about the guy. It is what it's nothing to talk about. It is what it is. He got a YouTube channel that's dedicated to him, anyways, right? I don't want to talk about him, but we know what's going on. We know what it is. I'm a content creator. I just always wondered why Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney didn't go that route. You know what I mean? I always wondered that. Like, I always wonder why they didn't go that route. Because that route would have been easier for them. If that route would have been easier for them. Now, I don't know if they would have make as much money as they can for going that route. But one thing I will say, as long as you're signed the top rank, you're not able to implement that blueprint or that green print with top rank more so if you're a Tank Davis. I'm going to tell you why. Because if top rank, when you fight for that company, that promotional company, everybody have to fight everybody. The top guys, if you're in the same weight division, you're going to have unification matches. You're going to have undisputed matches. This is what you're going to have. This is what you're going to have if you go over there. With other companies, you have the opposite of that. With other companies, you're not going to have those legacy-defining fights with other companies. With other companies, it's going to be business as usual. So I think what it is you have promotional companies, they have two different business models. The PBC Mayweather Promotions business model is we work smarter, not harder. We're going to put our fighters in fights with less competition, fights that we know 9 times out of 10 he's going to win. And, everybody going to be happy, shut the fuck up. They're going to get this little $1.5 million and everybody be happy. And that's fine. I get that. I understand that. That's cool. But if you're with other companies, like a top rank, the top, if Shakur, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight Jamel Henry. Shakur, you're going to have to fight Oscar Valdez. Devin Haney, you sign over here. Okay, you're going to have to fight Lomachenko. You're going to have to fight George Kambosos. Not only are you going to have to fight George Kambosos, you're going to have to go overseas in Australia and fight him over there in his own backyard. But Turviev, you're going to have to fight Joe Smith, even though Joe Smith, he ran through him. But you're going to have a unification match, fight Joe Smith. Now, will he be able to become undisputed? With Dimitri Bivol, that is yet to be seen. But it's just the companies have two different business models. And I think that's what it is. Shout out to what my brother name? Shout out to my brother James. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "What happened to the boxing being about skills and legacy instead of money, money, money?" I mean, boxing is still about legacy and skills, but it's still about money as well. The money part has probably always been around as well, but that's it. You know what I mean? But the reason why Haney, in my opinion, Haney and Shakur, they didn't take that route is because they pretty much went the legacy
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hold on, guys. We got another call today. Call, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up? This is O from Cali. How am I coming in?
O from Cali. Talk to me, fam. You sound good.
All right. Yeah, I just want to respond to that question. Why Shakur and Devin Haney not going the quote-unquote green print?
Yes,
and when I hear green print, I mean the money route, right? Is that what you think about when you hear green print?
Yeah, the money
The
route.
money route.
Yes, sir. The money route is basically, taking on the easy fights, not taking any tough competition. Basically, when you pick your fighters, you cherry pick. You make sure you get a flat-footed Mexican fighter, someone who's flat-footed, who's not going to really give you a hell of a challenge in the ring, stuff like that. That just taking the easy route, club of life.
But this ball been taking the easy matches, fighting other balls.
So that's pretty much what that's the green print from what that's the route that they go over there in the PBC. So pretty much.
Yeah, I would say simply they can't. They style is very skillful, very impressive. I like it personally. I like Devin going to Australia and dominating the guy. But a lot of other people say, "Oh, I turned it off 6th round. I knew how it was going to go." So Devin did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But the guy he was fighting, he wasn't a good dance partner.
Yeah.
So I think for that style, for that style, Devin and Shakur needs an exciting opponent because their style is considered, not that exciting.
Yeah,
now
that's true.
Tank,
That's true.
it don't matter. It don't matter who's in there with him. Big Mouth Broly, all you gotta do is look good at the press conference. Then when we get in the ring, I'm gonna knock you out, and it's gonna sell. Pitbull Cruz. I mean, he performed better than I thought he was, but it wasn't a knockout. But everyone was on their feet because they thought it was going to be a knockout. Tank just built that reputation of I can get this guy out of here. Where Shakur and Devin, you can put $100 on Devin that he's going to knock him out, and if he does, you might win $10,000.
Yeah,
because the probability is not there. So I think and they're not pay-per-view stars. Tank is pay-per-view and Devin and Shakur subscription, and I think that was purposely done because they realized, they're not getting response from the fans. I heard about Devin. I never seen it, but fighting in empty arenas.
Yeah.
So Devin money is always going to be based on deals he make with a promotional company like The Zone or Top Rank, where you're not paying $50 on a Saturday night. You're just going to pay $6.99 a month.
Yeah.
So that's my answer to the question.
Yeah, you know what? You make a valid point because Tank Davis does sell out arenas. He does that. Facts. Tank Davis is a bigger draw than those guys. Facts. But it's not my job to argue that. You know what I mean? It's not my job to argue that because whether he's a bigger draw, a star or not, I don't give a damn. I don't get none of the money anyways. But I think what I was looking at, what I realized, and Thug and D, I want to thank you for calling in. I finally understand what he's saying. And I'm going to let you go, but before I let you go, I got to say this. People from Baltimore are dirt poor from the hood. They don't have a goddamn thing. Not everybody. There's, not everybody and not everybody.
Respectfully.
But I'm saying respectfully. This is what he's saying. Crime ridden, drug ridden, everything is bad there. So when someone makes it out of that city and becomes a football player or a boxer like Tank, they live their lives vicariously through them because they literally have nothing going on in their lives. So his success is their success. When he come up, we come up. And I didn't see it that way because I didn't have the emotional attachment to him. And I'm not from Baltimore. Maybe if I was from Baltimore and I came up in that area, like I came up in a poor neighborhood as well. Blacks and Hispanics and whites come up in poor neighborhoods all over the country and all over the world. But he helped me realize this is what it is. So when I'm talking to a Tank Davis supporter, I have to understand the mindset from which they're speaking from. They're speaking from, we broke, we ain't got nothing, poverty, ain't shit going on, death, murder, destruction, it's all bad here. So we find somebody who can come up from the midst of us, we get behind them and when we ride for him and we live our life vicariously through him. And this is why they argue the money stuff online. I get it now. I understand.
Hey, I would say to Thug and D, hold him accountable too, though. If he knows that situation back in Baltimore, he should be coming back and contributing with all, if you're going to count his pockets and say, hey, he makes this much money, it should be like, it should show in his contributions back to Baltimore. Yeah, that's what everybody is.
Yeah,
if you're going to claim, if you're going to get support from your city.
Yes.
And last thing I want to say is Floyd's not in the business of making another Floyd. He's just trying to show you, like, hey, I could show you how to get money.
Yeah.
He don't care about your legacy. I think he's jealous that
I think he comes off jealous sometimes. You know, when he's at the press conference with Tank and him, it's like he's still trying to relive his moment. So yeah, I just want to say, yeah, he'll get you a bag, but I don't think he's going to put you in the ring with the people that's going to make you great.
Yeah,
but that's all I have to say.
Shout out to my brother O from Cali, man. Salute to you, fam. That was a good call. But I get it, guys. I finally get that. I get that part of it. Shout out to BWG. For dropping them 5 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, I gotta hear you say. He said, I gotta hear you tell him again that if your fighter is fighting King Kong, he better be fighting Godzilla, etc. Again.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, man, shout out to my brother, David, B-Dub, man. Look here, man. As I said before, man, all I'm saying is this. You know, I'm the old school guy. If you tell me your fighter is King Kong, he better be fighting Godzilla. If you tell me your fighter is He-Man, he better be fighting Skeletor. If you tell me your fighter is Lion-O, he better be fighting Mum-Ra. If you tell me your fighter is the Powerpuff Girls, they better be fighting Mojo Jojo. If you tell me your fighter is Big Bird, he better be fighting Snuffleupagus. You see what I'm saying? If you tell me your fighter is Dr. Claw, he better be fighting Mr. Gadget. You see what I'm saying? If you tell me your fighter is a monster or a dinosaur, he better be fighting Voltron. You know what I mean? Or he better be fighting that. He better be fighting Voltron. You see what I'm saying? If you tell me your fighter, what's another show I came up with watching? If you tell me your fighter is a monster, an intergalactic monster, he better be fighting Ultraman. If you tell me your fighter is Spider-Man, he better be fighting Dr. Octopus. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. You see what I'm saying? That's my mindset. That's my mindset. But I get it. I trust me, I get it. Be more, I get it. I understand. But I'm talking about Shakur Stevenson and why they didn't take that route. And then the brother said they can't stylistically wise, they can't anyways, and then they over there Top Rank. Top Rank ain't gonna let you do that shit anyways. Shout out to Vigilante. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Vigilante, what you say, fam? He said if you take that green print route, you ain't allowed to say you're the best fighter because you haven't proved it. Exactly. True.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Vigilante, you get it, brother. That's all I'm saying. All I've been saying the whole time is this. You can't tell me that your fighter, even if you're from Baltimore, don't tell me your fighter is the best fighter in the world in one breath while you are acknowledging that you are refusing to fight the other top fighters. That's a super chat I missed. Damn it, somebody super chat I missed. Okay, here we go, my brother. That's exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to Damian Bennett for dropping that half a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Damian, what you say, family? Say if TMT felt that they can make a bunch of money with any of those fighters, Devin, Lomo, etc., they make the fight in the second. That's why they attempted to make Ryan fight twice. They don't care about Tank. You know what, Damian? I'm gonna be honest with you, my brother. I have a different perspective on this right now. And again, I'm not trying to make this about Tank. This is about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Mayweather. But what you're saying is valid. They're trying to make the most money possible. I hear what you're saying. And I'm on record saying, man, the fight to make is Devin Haney. I mean, not Devin Haney. The fight to make is Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. I've been on record saying that. I say, man, forget the lightweight division. That fight would be one of the biggest fights in boxing, no matter what the weight division is, because both of these fighters have fan bases that's going to ride for them. Ryan Garcia has the social media fan base. You know what I mean? The commercial, he got the commercial fan base, and Tank Davis have the hood. I always said he had the hood. You know what I mean? So if you put that together, that is the fight to make. And I don't know how many times they tried to make that fight, Damian, but I'm gonna take your word for it. If that's why they tried to make the Ryan Garcia fight twice, then yeah, that does make sense. And it's yet to be seen if that fight can be made. I don't know. I think me personally, Damien, I feel like if Leonard Ellaby and Oscar De La Hoya have any sense, they'll make that fight happen. Now, both men promoters have to know that somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. Somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. It is what it is. Somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose, and both promoters are gonna be fighting to give their fighter the edge. Me personally, I don't even see that fight happen. I'm gonna tell you why, Damien. Because, matter of fact, let me hit you with this.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I don't even think that fight happened, Damien, because I think the egos of De La Hoya and Leonard Ellaby and Floyd would not even allow that fight to happen. I believe that Tank will fight Ryan Garcia in a heartbeat, but I don't think their egos would allow, the promoters' egos would allow that fight to happen, because they're going to be arguing about who A-side and all that stuff there. I don't think, there's going to be a lot of A-side talk, splits, this and that. We going to pick the judges. We going to pick the referee. It's going to be, bro, I'm telling you, bro, this shit going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly, fam. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. Humble honesty, what you say, fam? You say Tank protected. I mean, yeah, he is a protected fighter now. That, I mean, I don't think you can say with all honesty that, hey, we're telling you we're not going to fight any of those top guys, and we're going to chart our own paths and fight the guys that we want to fight. That's going to be easy for Tank. You can't say that you can't agree with that in one breath and then turn around and say he's not protected. He is protected. He's protected. That is the truth. He's protected. That doesn't mean he won't beat those other guys, but he's a protected fighter. My thing is you can't tell me that the fighter is the best if he's not willing to get in the ring and fight those guys. If he's not willing to get in the ring and fight those guys, because you got fans like Damian Bennett. Damian Bennett is a diehard Tank Davis fan, and he want to see Tank fight those top guys. But he understands, and I understand that that's not the route they're going. Fine, I get it. I'm not going to bang on Tank for not fighting the tough guys. I'm gonna leave him alone. I was one of his toughest critics. I'm not doing that anymore. I get it. I understand. Now, from a Baltimore standpoint, to all you brothers and sisters in Baltimore who poor don't have a goddamn thing, who shoot better than a broke dick dog, I get it. It's been years since I've been to Baltimore. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been to Baltimore. Been to Landover as well. I get it, dog. I get it. And I really felt Thug and D. Thug and D, I really, really felt you. That was a heartfelt call. My mindset, the way I see things from a boxing standpoint, it doesn't register to a diehard Tank Davis fan, because the diehard Tank Davis fan, they are living their lives vicariously through that guy. So when you see them on the line, when you see them on lives, when you see them on lives arguing about the money and he has this and he has that, they're doing that from a standpoint that they're living their lives vicariously through him because it's so dire in their city. I never even looked at it that way, dog. I swear I never looked at it that way. True. I never even looked at it that way. I'm still not changing my position, but I never looked at it that way. Shout out to Boxing Fan. He said Tank was offered $7 million for Tevin Farmer and turned it down. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that, fam. Almost Society. He said we want greatness from Tank. Haleen, what you say, fam? He say just petty excuse. Baltimore more for Tank. Yeah. That can be looked upon as that as well. Absolutely. Cool, but Curl, you say Munguia is definitely protected. Yes, sir. True. Can't forget about Jamal Tarlow. He protected too. True. Juggernaut, what you say, fam? He say accept Tank as the new circus show. Hey, man. Now, Floyd gonna say, yeah, you can say what you want. Yeah, Tank, you can say he's from the circus. It's a circus show. But guess what? We're laughing all the way to the bank. And you're still gonna buy it. And that's what he's gonna say. That's what he's gonna say. We robbing the bank. That's what he's gonna say. That's robbing the bank. And I get it. I understand. Pugilism, what you say, fam? You say people want boxing at Master P level of releases. Non-stop albums, rapid fire. Boxing is more like Dr. Dre Chronic albums. True. Hey, Pugilism, I'm gonna be honest with you, fam, but we have been getting some good fights. Down from the bar, there's
There's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, Vigilante, man. Shout out to Vigilante. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Vigilante said, great show, coach. I'm about to get fired for being on my phone so much at work. He said, keep on pushing, bro. Hey, yeah, man, listen, man, don't be on the show, man. I want you to get fired, dog. You got to take care of your family.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to Swift, man. Shout out to Swift. For dropping that half a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
My brother Swift, hold on, Swift. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Frank from the Bay.
Frank from the Bay. Hold on, my brother. Let me get the super chat out of the way. Shout out to Swift, man.
No worries.
For dropping that half a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Swift, what you say, fam? He said all of these guys want to get the bag, but they don't know. What you say? But we know the bag is bigger when they are in contests that the paying audience wants to see. Anything else is just ducking and quacking. I understand exactly what you're saying, fam.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
What's going on, fam? I forgot who this is again, my brother.
Frank from the Bay.
Oh, Frank from the Bay. Frank from the Bay. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah.
Frank, talk to me. Sorry.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, like the subject. Just a couple points. I know I'm on a timer, but yeah, just my opinion. See what you think. I think honestly, the money's not there. That's the main thing, because Floyd and Pacquiao kind of killed it with the performance. Just my opinion. And also the opportunities, like, Floyd was on Dancing with the Stars, WWE. I don't know if those opportunities are there. Like right around this area in LA, Ryan Garcia's he's been on the big, I don't know if you know, the 98 point something, the hip hop station. He's been on a couple major platforms as of right now. But yeah, I don't think the money's there. And about the guys, that are the fanboys, like you said, it's not my job to worry about their pockets. I'm not going to ever worry about another man's pockets. And I think that the whole thing just kills the sport. This arguing about their pocket and ducking, it just honestly destroys the sport. And our job, what I see you try to do, is grow the sport. So,
Frank, check this out, fam. Do you I understand. I get what they're doing. They're telling us, hey, this is what we're going to do as a relate to our fighter. I get it, I understand, and their fighter is fine with it. But I get what the brother was saying. Now, Halim make a valid point. He said great fighters came from the hood and fought the best. He said Baltimore Tank fans are bums for using a petty excuse. Now, that's a valid argument, because there's a lot of fighters that came from the dirt. Marvin Hagler, Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Robinson. There's a lot of fighters that came from poor backgrounds, came from the dirt, and they wanted all of the smoke. And Halim is saying that those guys from Baltimore who's using that as an excuse, who are saying, justifying not fighting the top fighters, they are using that as an excuse. When other fighters who came from very similar situations, they did the total opposite. What do you got to say about that, Frank?
Well, I think those are just like the pack nuts. Remember when Pacquiao was at his height, we had all the pack nuts and they're gone. Yeah. These guys are not going to stick around. They're not going to be in the sport. When their guy leaves, they're done. And that's why I think I want to take boxing from a historical perspective. History, that's why boxing succeeds, because it has the richest history of any sport in the known world. We can trace the champion all the way back. And as a boxer, that's what you want to be known when your career is over. Like we see Roy and Antonio, they can claim, I was the best. I was the champ. And these guys are kind of taking the short-term view, because in 10, 20 years, they're going to be the ones with the podcast, and they're going to have all the questions. People are not going to follow them like they do Roy and Antonio. So I come from, I'm using a historical lens, and I want to, if I could talk to them, I'd say, hey, how do you want to be remembered? Because you're going to be trying to come back in the sport. All these fighters, they're all Paulie Malignaggi, Sean Porter, they're all trying to further their career. Like the Super Bowl and football. I'm ranting, but thanks for letting me. They hire the guys at the ring. You know, like you could be an average player, but if you have a Super Bowl ring, you can get a job.
Yeah.
And, you know, boxing, we trace the lineal champion. That should be your main goal as a boxer, not a belt. You want to become the lineal champion. And I'll give credit to Floyd. Did he get some weaker belts for lesser names? Yeah, but when he stopped Baltimore, it was for the lineal champion. So in history, your name will always be attached to Floyd. And I think we have to start growing the sport through the historical lens. That's why, in my opinion, the UFC can never grow or be big because they don't have a history like ours. But that's my take, Coach.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you for letting me.
Shout out to Frank from the Bay, man. Salute to my brother, man. Always a great call. Yeah, man. So I think that's it, guys. I think we kind of like got to the bottom of it. I get it. I understand. I don't agree with it. I totally don't agree with it. My position is my position. You know, and Halim made a valid point. You got fighters, man, that a lot of fighters came from poor backgrounds, and they didn't do that. And a lot of them are rich. A lot of them are rich right now, multi-millionaires. So I get it. I understand. I'm not, again, this is not about Tank, but I you know, everybody has some valid points as it relates to why Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney didn't go that route. And maybe they will later on down the line, but we'll see. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, what's up, man? This is Adrian from Dallas, Texas.
Adrian, what's going on, man? What's up, man? What's up?
Man, what is speak, Coach? I told you, Coach, 2 weeks ago when I called you, man. I told you about Tank Davis, man. I told you about Floyd. I told you he was going to sign back up with him, Coach. And now Floyd playing his little game. Why don't y'all play checkers with chess? You know what I mean? Fight each other. Stevenson and, you know, that the Lindsay undefeated with all the belts. We don't need that over here on PBC, baby. We got Martin, like you said yesterday, Coach. We got Martin lined up. All right? Just like Rolly Romero. Who is he? What is he? And what does he bring? He brings totally nothing, Coach. Let's be real with this. D-Block in the reels. I'm a hood partner. I'm a real boxing fanatic. I've told you this so many times, Coach. I told you about Tank Davis, but y'all want to keep on. Well, you need to hear about his amateur. He really got pedigree. But now you see where I'm siding from, Coach. He signed up with Floyd Mayweather again. He's gonna do the same shit that he keeps on telling, ripping every piece of lip out here, and everybody's gonna be so happy and clapping. Yes, master. Whatever you say, master. Yeah, can I sign your shoes? They're gonna go right there with Floyd, and Floyd's gonna spit on that shoe and say, "Shine it again, Davis." Come on, Coach. This is all fake, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I gotta be honest. You've been saying it. You've been telling me for a minute, and you know, and you say, Coach, he gonna resign. I was like, man, I don't know, man. It sound like he's serious. He gonna leave. You're like, no, man, he gonna resign. And then I started. And you're right about that. Let me.
Coach,
go ahead.
One more thing, and that's I'm gonna leave you alone because I love your show, and my daughter loves your show too. Adriana, come and say hi to Coach. Hurry up. Come and say hi to Coach. I'm on the phone with him. Hurry up. Say what you got to say. Hurry up. One more thing. Say.
Hey, Leroy. Super chat. Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, Leroy. Hold on. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, Coach. Yeah. We love you over here, Coach. One more thing. Pay-per-view numbers from Rolly Romero. Were they that good? I'm just saying, because y'all busted out with 300,000 pay-per-view. That's all I got to say, Coach. Question that. Question it, please. And question David. Peace.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Adrian, man. And let me give your daughter a round of applause. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to my brother, man, from Texas, man. Dallas, Texas. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that was beautiful there, man. That was beautiful there, man. You know what I mean? My brother, man, called in and, you know, had his beautiful daughter get on the phone. And my kids over there looking at me crazy like, man, you ain't gonna wrap this show up yet. You know what I mean? But I get it now. But Halim, Halim, you said some real shit just then. You say, man, there's plenty of fighters came out of poverty, and they not doing that. So it is what it is. So my thing is, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson choose to go a different route. The only thing I gotta say, guys, is this, and I'm saying this as humbly as I possibly can to my brothers like Thug and D. I understand you live your life vicariously through Tank Davis. I get it. I understand, but you gotta understand this too. you don't have the right to say this fighter is the best fighter and he'll beat all of those other top guys in one breath while acknowledging that you have no intentions on fighting those top guys in another breath. Boxing doesn't work that way. As I said before, you don't get a piece of paper in boxing and you say, okay, well, we know Tank already beat Devin Haney, so we ain't got to fight him. Check. We know he'll automatically beat Shakur Stevenson. We ain't got to fight him. Check. We know he'll automatically beat Ryan Garcia, so we don't have to fight him. Check. We automatically know he'll beat Vasily Lomachenko, so he ain't got to fight him. Check. So you don't get a chance to beat all of the top guys by default just because you're saying that he'll automatically beat them. So since we know he'll automatically beat them, now if you're from Baltimore, you know that he'll automatically beat any of those guys. But you're saying that from a standpoint of your love for him. Your fanboyism is so strong because you have an emotional attachment to him because you come from nothing. You come from the dirt. He came from the dirt. So since he rose from the dirt through Floyd Mayweather, it's your opportunity to live a life vicariously through him. If that's what you want to do, fine, you can do that. But what you're not going to tell me is that he will automatically beat those guys just because you say so. That's one. And two, you can't say he the best while in one breath while acknowledging that he ain't gonna never fight those guys anyways. You can't do that. That's all I'm saying. True. That's all I'm saying. And I hope you can, and I hope that you can comprehend that. That's all I'm saying, fam. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Everybody a round of applause.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something once and for all. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit.
He beat Joe Louis's ass.
He beat Joe Louis's ass. Hold on, we got a call calling in. Let's see. Last call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Monroe from Maryland.
Monroe from Maryland, man. Talk to me, fam.
All right, man. Look, let me put all this direct, all right? All right, now, Tank Davis, does he got the skill to be the #1 lightweight champion in the world? Absolutely. And what I think my brother, B. Duggar, was trying to say, basically, Floyd and them, they don't want to pay them sanctioning fees. You know, Devin Haney's the champion now, all the belts. I think they can do that absolutely. But he can't. I don't want to break no commandments, but I'm just saying, I think that's why they ain't going for the belts that undisputed like that because of the sanctioning fees when it comes to Tank Davis. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. My brother Monroe, I'm past that. I'm past Tank fighting any of those guys. I get it. I understand. I get the business model, what they're doing. All I'm saying is, I get it. I understand. You have no complaints from me. My thing is, I can't say that he's the best guy in the lightweight division without fighting those guys. Boxing doesn't work that way.
See, that's the thing. In the past, Tank and both of them was playing with him. I think Shakur, if I'm not mistaken, but I know Devin Haney, they had like a little heated sparring session and 50-50 on how that went.
Yeah, you know, but I get it. I get it. I get it.
I think he could take out all of them if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, Monroe, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, yeah, I know you're at work. My brother. Thank you for calling in. We finna wrap the show. Thank you.
Yeah, you can hear me at work in the background.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't want my brother to get in trouble. He at work. Yeah, man.
You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go.
What it is, man. I get it, man. Again, as I said before, I understand. Like I said before, and you know what, man? Let's do this here, man. OJ Jew Man style. Shout out to Jason Dockery. Shout out to Massachusetts Fishing. Shout out to my sister Bless 365. Shout out to Frank Forbes. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to Old Daddy Boxing, So Daddy. Shout out to Arnold Moketsi. Shout out to BG. Shout out to Ralph Reacts. Shout out to Stephen Bateman. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Get Touched Up Boxing. Shout out to Martin King Boxing, my main man Big Ron from Vermont. Shout out to Javon Soto. Shout out to Swift 718. Shout out to Arthur Hawkins, Big Hulk. Shout out to BWG. Shout out to the Queen Carmen Serene. Shout out to my brother Damian Bennett from B-More. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash from the ATL. Shout out to hashtag BWON. Shout out to the Queen Lady Cheyenne. Shout out to Juan Carrillo. Shout out to Bernard Burton. Shout out to LaShawn. Shout out to Al Money. What's going on, man? Keep getting that money. Shout out to Frank the Tank with the Big Bank. Shout out to Ricky Ricardo from San Antonio. Shout out to Big Wheel. Shout out to Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest. Shout out to Flex BX. Shout out to Manny G. Shout out to Boxing Nerd 101. Shout out to Eric Pack. What's happening, fam? Shout out to Candy Slim. What's up, Slim? Shout out to Drumming for Life. Shout out to Just a Fan. Shout out to Dub Right Side. Dub Right Side. Shout out to Deborah Booker from Ohio. Shout out to Manny Dosiento Inueve. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to MFB in the building. Shout out to Bush the Kid Man Cassidy. Shout out to Troy Graham from Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to AD Sounds. Shout out to Kathy W. Shout out to Dean West. Shout out to Jim 82. What's up, bro? Shout out to Miguel Tartico with the Lick Reed. Shout out to Here to There. Shout out to True Gritter 402. Shout out to Hell Hero Elite. What's up, Cozo out there in Beverly Hills? Shout out to Jay Rodriguez. Shout out to Folo Bond. Shout out to Philo 58. Shout out to my main man from DC, Ron Boy Fresh. What's up, Slim? Shout out to Dantes, my brother right here from Tampa Bay. Shout out to Chickarelli. What's going on, baby? West Side. Shout out to Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Ahmed. What's happening, fam? Shout out to Thomas Jones, TJ in the building. Shout out to the Queen Fissiana Fights. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to my brother Retro Boston and Documentaries. What's up, blood? Shout out to Schoolo X-Mon. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Philly Fly. Shout out to Ace Sneed, Dr. Paul Evans. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to my sister, the Queen Lisa Bales. Shout out to my brother from Detroit, Smith and West. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Let's shout out to everyone who called in. Shout out to Unbiased. Fan. Shout out to Don from Boston. Shout out to Thug and D from B-More. Shout out to Al from Oaktown. Shout out to Jamie from Jaime from New York. Shout out to Ricky Ricardo from San Antonio. Shout out to G-Man from London. Shout out to O from Cali. Shout out to Frank from the Bay. Shout out to Adrian from Dallas, Texas. Adrian, what's going on, fam? And your beautiful daughter, Ariana. Shout out to Monroe, man, from Maryland. You already know what time it is, man. Look here, man. Let's go ahead and do it like this here, man.
We're Charlo Twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's
please.
up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican Monster.
Mexican Monster.
Nello.
Listen, man, some of y'all mates feel like that I need to go to jail because some of the stuff I'm saying is blasphemy.
You sound like a bitch. Bitch. Man, I ain't worried about jail. Shit, man, I don't give a damn about going to jail. You can take me to jail.
Take me to jail?
Shit, lock me up.
Lock me up.
Throw away the key.
Throw away the key.
For all you whippersnappers do not understand these old school type ways that I have, this is for you.
Man, who this little young whippersnapper running all up into my combo? Look at you. You're all wet behind your ears. Breath smelling like Similac. Man, you better go on home before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
We're going out Devin Haney style, baby. Hey, man, see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.